umpire Glenn James comes in to bounce the ball to start the 1985 VFL Preliminary Final live from VFL Park in Melbourne. Hawthorn kicking to the right, Footscray kicking to the left. It's Purser and Langford, line ball. Purser gets it out of the second attempt, picked up by Foster, playing it half forward it would appear at the moment. Down towards Green, could have marked that one I thought. Edmund breaks the tackle well from Green, gets clear. Here's a mark, be the first goal to Footscray. All Sewell has to do is stand up and kick it.
Well, I don't know if he meant that for him, Pete, but
no, I don't think he did, Lou, but it doesn't matter.
The result's the same, Bob.
So bad defence by Hawthorn. A man loose in the goal square when their captain Jim Edmund had the ball, and Footscray will get first goal, and they will lead by 6 points inside the minute mark of the game. There it is, first blood of the Bulldogs, and that's a great start. There's a fight at the other end of the ground. Oh, it's a real dish-up.
Well, Dunstan and Kennedy are having a great go, and Hardy's there to help out. Matthews trying to separate the players, but still Kennedy and Dunstan had it. Now Kennedy, they've quietened down. They're having another bit of a dish up there too.
Well, in between times, umpire Glenn James warned Jim Edmund for whacking Terry Wallace, and
he doesn't get much of a biff, Wallace, does he?
Well, he and Malin were. I don't say Wallace was handing anything out, but Malin was doing a bit. And so Footscray, but they've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. I'm not being critical of Footscray. It's an all or nothing deal, and so they're out to win.
I think with that first goal on the board, they should settle down now and play football, because that's a great start for them. But I wouldn't worry about the man as yet.
Well, it was a gift start to Footscray. A minute and 45 seconds gone, opening term. Purser, that's 2 hit-outs. Maybe Hawthorn will regret leaving Byrne out of the side. Hawthorn getting their first free kick a little earlier than last week. It was 22 minutes into the term. Lester Smith getting a 15-metre penalty, and didn't we see a few of those last week? Lester Smith out towards left half forward. Brereton, good mark. Late on the scene, Peart. He might get another 15 metres here. In fact, he has. That was a silly tackle from Neil Peart.
Certainly was, Peter, and at that particular end of the ground, so that you can't afford to give 15-metre Peters away from there. Now, Peart going across after Brereton to take the mark. Philly's playing. This could result in a goal.
So Dermot Brereton now lining up.
There's the kick by Dermot Brereton. And it's 1 point. So 2.5 minutes gone of this first quarter of the preliminary final for 1985. It's Footscray 1 goal, 6 points. Their goal coming within 40 seconds of the start of the game. And Hawthorn a 1 point only. Out it goes now to Hawkins and Di Pierdomenico. The last time these two met, Hawkins was well on top. Di Pierdomenico gets a hand pass. He goes over the line with the ball, and the umpire said it's out of bounds. Well, the last two starts, Bob, Hawkins had the better of Di Pierdomenico.
Oh, Hawkins an excellent player, and what a wonderful game he played last week.
Knocked out by Purser, dominating the knockouts from the rucks or the centre bounces. A bit of a scrimmage as Di Pierdomenico tries to get through the pack. He tried to crush through that time, and the umpire will ball it up round about 60 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. They're one behind to Footscray 1 goal. Knocked out by Purser again, picked up by Malin. What a game he played. Well smothered by Di Pierdomenico, kicked off the ground. Actually, he took Kennedy's hand with him that time as Royal, and the ball is out of bounds. Well, they let him have a go now with that. There's no such rule as kicking in danger, is there, Bob?
That's fair enough as far as I'm concerned, Lou.
I'll go along with it being an old kicker from way back as the ball finally goes back. Picked up there this time by McPherson. They're into attack again. The ball driven over Footscray's half-forward line. Punched out again. Coming in as Morris. Juggles the ball. He runs in circles. Back it goes to Swab. He goes down to Ayres. Ayres with a short pass. Picked up by Loveridge on the second grab. Out wide, going for the boundary line. The ball is out of bounds on the centre wing position on the outer side. We're just over the 4-minute mark of this first quarter. Footscray 1 goal, 6 points to Hawthorn, 1 behind only.
Langford and Purser. Purser again hits it straight to Wallace, though, on this occasion. Handley for Hawthorn. Tries to break the tackle from Maylett, almost caught with the ball. Was that too high? Yes, it was, but the advantage rule played. Loveridge to Lester Smith. Starting off well for Hawthorn. Breaks that tackle. Lovely sidestep. Longer half forward. Knights. Knights, interviewed on Channel 7 last night, sounded very croaky with a heavy cold. But selector's not in doubt as to his ability this afternoon. Brereton snapshot for goal, will be out of bounds or 1 point. Umpires confer it's a behind, and so Hawthorn 2 points, Footscray 6, Footscray leading by 4.
And Dermot Brereton kicking both of those points, and both sides really going in at the moment.
Well, Brereton's off to a better start this week than he's been for the whole four.
Oh, Hardy in trouble. Caught, is he with the ball?
He should be. Now, if he's not in possession, what was he?
Well, I think he was lying on top of it, was he, Bob?
He's still got the ball.
No, he hasn't attempted to punch it
He
or
has
kick it.
not punched it. He is in possession.
So perhaps Brad Hardy a little bit lucky. Brereton, well, just about through that, but picked up by McPherson. Out towards the half-back line. Deeply to Medico and Hawthorn. Knocked away by Wallace to Footscray. Taken by Foster. Long hand pass. Almost intercepted. Handley's there. So too Langford. Breaks one tackle. Tries to get the hand pass out. Picked up by Lister Smith on centre wing. Starting well for Hawthorn. That's his third possession. Bad disposal though. The mark taken by McPherson at half-back. Steve McPherson tries to get around Brereton. Does so. Goes out wide towards the flank. Looks pretty slippery. What a great mark, though, just the same. That was it. Now takes the hand pass back. Long to half forward. 3 Footscray players are there. Loveridge got offloaded by Wallace. In the meantime, it's picked up by Royal. Lovely smother by Handley. And grabs him again. Wallace looking for a free kick, but it's Loveridge to take the ball out of the pack for Hawthorn. Loveridge well shepherded, still going. No Footscray player running at him. He's gone for a pass, trying to find Brereton. Couldn't do so. Kennedy's there. Matthews breaks one tackle, gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy from 12 metres out puts through Hawthorn's first.
Excellent play by Lee Matthews on that occasion. And it wasn't a nice piece of disposal by Loveridge coming down the ground, but nonetheless it was going in the right direction. And as we see, Kennedy miss one that he possibly should have marked. And Matthews, a quick hand pass to Kennedy, who puts through Hawthorn's first goal.
Plus the fact, Bob, what helped that situation, the bad play on the part of Royal. He fumbled 3 or 4 times there at centre half forward for Footscray.
It didn't help, Luke.
Certainly didn't help. We're back in the centre now, just over 7 minutes gone. Hawthorn in front by 2 points. They're 1 goal, 8 points to Footscray, 1 goal, 6 points. Back to Purser again. He's got every knockout from these centre bounces. Malin comes out of the pack. He's grabbed. The umpire said it'll be a ball up around about the centre field area again. What a game Malin played last week. He was a very constructive footballer. Ball up. Purser again, but pushed on by Eade. He taps the ball back. It goes over there now to Russo. Russo back looking for Langford. Kicked off by Malin. Didn't mess about that time. Nearly took Langford's fingers with him, and the ball is over the line and out of bounds on the centre wing position. 2 points the difference. Just on the 8-minute mark of this first quarter, the 1985 preliminary final. The winner to go into the grand final. Wallace couldn't get clear. Actually threw that one out. Daniels goes for the boundary line. Did he do it deliberately? No, the umpire said it'll be a throw-in from up towards Hawthorn's half forward on about 80 metres around from their goal. Once again, it's Purser doing battle with Langford. Well, it's a push in the back to Purser.
That's a charity, I reckon.
Well, he's doing a pretty good job on the ruck so far. Certainly a lot different to what he did against Langford the last time these two sides met. Punched out by Lester Smith. A chance now for Hawkins. Going after him is Morris, showing a lot of pace. But he goes down. Hawkins with a hand pass over to Edmund. This looks dangerous from Hawthorn's point of view. Over to Sewell. It's too long, but Sewell picks it up on the boundary line. A running shot for goal. And what about the result? It's off target and through for 1 point. So it's Footscray. 1 goal, 7 points to Hawthorn. 1 goal, 2-8 as we approach the 9-minute mark of this, the first quarter.
Number 2 for Hawthorn, Chris Mew, to bring the ball back. He favours the member stand side. Looking out there for Dippia Domenico. Has to knock the ball clear. He'll do some shepherding for Russell Green. That's effective. Eade. Short pass. Up to the centre wing position. Brereton and Cordy tangle. The mark is taken by Russo.
It's against Brereton, I think.
Well, by Glenn James has made a decision. Which way is it going? Going to Footscray.
Well, that's a 15-metre penalty if I've ever seen one.
I think he should have had his number taken.
Well, no, Russo thought it was his mark, so I agree with what the umpire has done.
Cordy. In front, Langford. Purser from the back. Mahaja runs into plenty of trouble there. Chance for Wallace to get the ball. Does. Well shepherded again. The Hawthorn centre man picking up kicks early. Wallace down to half forward. Matthews had to try and get out of the road of one of his own players. Hawthorn skipper down to half forward, trying to find Brereton, and Brereton takes the mark. Has he? No, he hasn't played it. Hardy right there with him. Loveridge. Long shot in towards Kennedy. Kennedy and Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy going the punch. Good defence by the Footscray player. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in left forward pocket for Hawthorn.
Well, both sides making plenty of mistakes and fumbling a lot, Bob. I suppose that's understandable in a match like this.
It is in a finals game, Lou, and this is a do-or-die struggle, so once this is over, you're out of it, so any wonder there's a few mistakes.
There's a fight between the two Kennedys. I don't think they're related.
Free kick to John Kennedy.
Well, I said there was a fight, Bob. Did you see any more of it than I did?
Well, obviously Glenn James looked down. He signalled that John Kennedy was tackled too high. And, you know, when the ball's not there, Rick Kennedy's a foolish boy if, well, the ball basically had just left. So Rick shouldn't give away free kicks in that manner.
I think both sides should perhaps cool it a little bit. Kennedy a chance for his second goal, and he's got it. 7 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. 11 and a half minutes gone in the first quarter. Knocked out by Hawthorn from the circle. Picked up by DP Domenico, and he'll get a free kick. Did seem to be a pretty fair tackle, but the umpire says it's a Hawthorn free from the circle to be taken by their rugged winger.
14 plays 7 in favour of Hawthorn. Down it goes to Knights. Well covered that time by Peart. Malan missed that completely, but he won't give in. He goes after it again. Gets a hand out to Steve McPherson, who's doing pretty well down there in defence. Up there towards half-forward, a chance for Bamble. He's got it. No, he didn't pay that mark. I'd have paid, but he recovered pretty well. Goes for a pass, and it's a beauty right down Cyril's throat.
He did play it, Lou, but when Bamble played on, umpire Glenn James allowed him to.
Well, OK, that was great play on the part of Bamblett. And that's a magnificent pass by Les Bamblett.
Sewell playing in the pocket, Bob.
Yes, Pete, and Bamblett really playing as a half-forward flanker rather than the pocket.
Waiting on Sewell to have that shot at goal. Let's see the result. It's 1 point, so Footscray off target that time. 1 goal, 2-8. The Footscray to Hawthorn, 2 goals, 2-14.
Sewell's kicked the Footscray total so far, Lou. 1 goal, 2.
OK, and we're just on the 13-minute mark of this first quarter of the preliminary final. Out it goes to Loveridge, takes an easy mark. He and Purser having a bit of a scrimmage there, but not very serious. A 15-metre penalty, so it is pretty serious. Loveridge takes full advantage of that, goes for a bounce. No one coming within Cooey, so he goes for the long kick. Hawkins at the back, goes the big punch away from DP at Domenico. The ball picked up now by Russo, taken away that time by McLean. Over it goes now, and McPherson again doing a great job. Looking down there, he's got it. He got away from you this time. He's got plenty of room to move about.
That ought to please Nick Cobham.
That's Beasley. Beasley's got the ball, but they're certainly giving him a lot more room the last 2 weeks, Bob.
I think they learned from their mistake the first time, and there's no doubt that any good coach or any good side will learn from a mistake when it really doesn't come off.
Well, Beasley would be about 35 to 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And, of course, this goal will make scores dead level. Now, there's a goal, and that's Beasley's first, and scores dead level as we approach the 14-minute mark of this preliminary final for 1985. 2 goals, 14 points apiece.
And Steve McPherson across the half-back line. Footscray's half-back line is Steve McPherson and Neil Cordy and Brian Cordy. And as we watched on replay, McPherson putting the ball down, and now the kick by Beasley that goes through to even the scores, but Stephen McPherson doing an excellent job at half-back.
14 and a half minutes gone in the first quarter. Wallace for Footscray. Foster. Malan. Over on centre wing. Down to right half forward, looking for Sewell. He takes the mark just inside the boundary line, I think. Looks a bit too tall and too good for Gary Ayres at the moment. A play on call. He does over to Brian Royal. He kicked 5 last week, trying to get around Ayres. Does so. Every which way but loose. McLean. Forward pocket right. Chance for Bandit at the back, but it's out of bounds after Mew got a hand of the ball. It will be a boundary throw-in, left forward pocket for Footscray. Scores did level in the preliminary final.
Well, at this stage of the game, I think I would swap Ayres and Morris, personally.
Yes, Ayres doesn't have the height to combat Sewell. Could have pushed Sewell in the back there too, just about.
I don't think it's so much height as not quite checking.
McLean, that's a goal. Footscray lead by 6 points. His first goal. The Great snapshot. Bulldogs looking good at the moment. Scoreboard 3-2-20 to 2-2-14.
Bob, I think it's a good move having McLean down there with Band because it's given a lot of pace to that forward line. It's been lacking over the last couple of weeks.
Yes, well, McLean actually is playing on the wing at the moment. And, well, no, he's not really on the wing. Daniels is on the wing. McLean virtually as a half-forward come-rover. It is a good move, Lou.
Approaching the 16-minute mark of the first quarter. McLean's first goal gives Footscray the lead of 6 points. 20 plays 14 in the 85 preliminary final. Knocked down by Langford. Chance for Handley. Purser caught with the ball. Held it for a fortnight.
That's right, made no attempt, Pete.
Handley's free kick.
And over the Hawthorn half-forward line, Matthews and Hardy. Hardy goes down to the umpire, set a free kick. And Matthews disgusted with that one. But as Bob Skilton said, he pushed him in the back. Out it goes towards the wing position. Hawkins and DiPierdomenico having a great battle. Picked up by DiPierdomenico, but it's out of bounds. Out of bounds on that centre wing position. 16 and a half minutes gone. And Footscray are 3 goals, 2-20 to Hawthorn, 2 goals, 2-14. It's certainly a different Footscray side to the last time these two sides met. Bob?
Well, we did expect that, Lou. Sides like who finished second on the ladder just do not put in shocking efforts like that twice in a row or twice in 3 weeks.
Steve McPherson starring down there at half-back, gets the ball back. It's picked up by Ayres from DiPierdomenico. McPherson in front, the ball tapped out. Brereton couldn't pick it up. Knocked out by Cordy. He was tripped. The umpire said he was grabbed or pushed in the back. And Cordy will take that free kick, or is it going to be McPherson?
Morris is on sore, Bob, as you predicted.
McPherson goes for a pass. It's okay. It's marked. No, he dropped that, McLean. Coming in as Edmund. He was grabbed. He throws the ball away. Going after it now as McLean covers the ball. And the umpire said he got one too high. And he'll take the free kick out there at half-forward for Footscray. They're in front by 6 points. Short pass, it's okay, and once again Sewell's got it, and that's mark number 4 down there in the forward pocket. He's already kicked 1 goal. Punched out by Mew. Picked up by Ayres. Scouting out well. Gives a wild kick out towards that half-back line. Coming in to meet it now is McLean and DiPierdomenico. It's McLean going after, but DiPierdomenico won't give him an inch, and the umpire said it's holding the ball against DiPierdomenico. What for?
He made the play.
I thought he made the play. I'll go along with a 15-metre penalty there for McLean, who's doing a bit of damage down there on the forward line, incidentally. It's his 8th possession as the ball is 4th possession, 5th possession, I should say, off the top of the pack. Well picked up by Lester Smith. Goes for a short pass. It's okay. He's found Rodney Eade there in the back bucket. Right across the goals. Could be dangerous, but luckily for Hawthorn, Russo's there. Takes the mark. Breaks clear. Shoots it out wide. Looking for Brereton. Oh, that's a great mark and a free kick. And Brereton's got the ball out there on the centre wing position for Hawthorn.
Brereton left half forward, or left centre wing, as we watch the mark in replay. Good use of the body. Cordy unable to punch the ball clear. It's up to half forward now. And Steve McPherson,
free kick to Knights, I'd say.
Doing a great job down there, but it will, as Bob Skilton mentioned, be a free kick to the Hawthorn high flyer. Knights back into the side today.
Peart did line up at centre half-back, Pete, but almost within a minute of play. Cordy went on to centre half-back and Peart to Knights.
No, he's got another chance, Knights, luckily for Hawthorn, because it was shocking disposal. Knights from left half-forward flank. Couldn't score from there. And again, a poor kick out of bounds. I think maybe touched off the hands. It is. Hardy looking for a Footscray free kick, but there is none there. And it will be a boundary throw in Hawthorn's left forward pocket. They trail at the 19-minute mark of the term. You can see the scoreboard there. Footscray by 6 points. In front, Kennedy and Purser. Knocked down by Kennedy. Stolen by Malin. DiPierdomenico. Ball out to Hawkins. Ball out to Hardy. Hardy and Matthews. There's a couple of speedsters. Ayres appreciating, I think, the move away. He started, I think, in the previous match against Jim Edmund on the Footscray skipper. He's been moved back to him now. Wallace for Footscray. Seemed to get one a bit too high. The umpire says no free kick. Green gives the hand pass out. Green again. Another chance. Wallace. Oh, Kennedy grabbed too high. Will take a free kick at half forward, but he's a long way from goal. Probably about 60 metres. He's kicked Hawthorn's 2 goals so far.
As Lou said earlier, Footscray showing far more aggression today than they were, and that's the reason. The tackle too high by Steve McPherson against John Kennedy.
Nonetheless, Steve McPherson has been a very good player across the half-back line. That's a real 9-iron golf shot, if we could borrow an analogy. It went a mile in the air. Wallace and Malin. Wallace flicks out the hand pass. Knight's just almost in the goal square. Gets it back to Matthews. Matthews looks for a free kick, didn't get one. Kennedy and Dunstall. Kennedy caught, no. Ball out from Cordy toward the half-back line. A chance for Steve Wallace, but the ball beats him over the boundary line.
Ball out of bounds on Hawthorn's half-forward line, about 80 metres around from their goal.
That's what you'll call letting the game go from an umpiring point of view.
I'd reckon that. A couple of slow moves on the part of Hawthorn players, that they weren't moving too quickly. The ball out of bounds, ready to come back into play. 6 points the difference in favour of Footscray. The ball knocked out now, picked up by Brian Cordy. Green's got a chance, knocked out by McLean. The fumble, still fumbling Hawthorn as it comes back to McLean, looking a dangerous player up to this stage of the match. Good play on the part of Hawkins. A hand pass to Steve McPherson, the best player on the ground so far. Over to Hardy, got plenty of room to move. Goes out wide looking for Edmund, but Ayres is there. Goes the punch, defensive play on the part of Ayres, and the right play, and the ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds about 70 metres around from the Footscray goal now. And as Bob Skilton said before, certainly a different Footscray side to these when these two sides met the last time. Down it comes now to Foster. A hand pass coming out to Edmonds. Edmonds' kick is up there towards Beasley, and He's got it, Beasley. I think he might have pushed him in the back, but the umpire didn't spot it. I think he gave him the best push in the back you've seen for a long time.
He's the full forward, though, Lou.
As we watch on replay.
Oh, a little bit of a nudge, but it wasn't that serious, was it?
No free kick.
Enough to put him off balance, Bob.
In a position where I don't think umpire James could see it anyway, and I wouldn't have played it personally.
No. OK, of course, Beasley a chance to kick goal number 2. And he was in a lot of trouble against Mew the last time. There's the kick. Has he missed that? Oh, that's a shocker. Could never have missed that, Simon Beasley. So it's 3 goals, 3-21. Footscray to Hawthorn, 2 goals, 2-14. 22 and a half minutes gone of this first quarter. Ball back into play again. Making good position that time was he. Takes the ball out there at half back. Goes for a short pass, looking for Kennedy. He's done a pretty good job on this first quarter too.
We've got 2 goals on the board so far, Luke.
Not a bad effort. Kennedy's kick is not a good one. It's a shocker. It's out of bounds.
15 metres, Luke.
15 metres, so he could be a bit lucky. I think Kennedy in this first quarter has received 3 free kicks too, which has helped a bit. So Kennedy out there now on the centre wing position. Goes for a short pass. And Matthews goes down. Nearly a free kick to Lee Matthews, but the umpires didn't think so. Down goes DiPierdomenico. Taps it out looking for Matthews again, but he didn't exert any pressure that time when the ball goes out of bounds. So it's out of bounds about 75 metres around from the Hawthorn goal, and they're trailing by 7 points. Into the quarter by just on 23 and a half minutes. Ball grabbed here by Wallace, spins out of the pack nicely, goes for a kick looking for Matthews again, but he's well attended to by Hardy, and the ball is out of bounds. A little closer to the Hawthorn goal, about 50 metres out on that half-forward flank position.
Footscray leading by 7 points at the 23 and 3/4 minute mark of the term. Kennedy and Purser. Purser simply too tall. Wallace sharked it beautifully, got it over to Brereton. Dunstall in front, takes a good mark. Started off having ringside with the Rattlers with Kennedy. Footscray fullback gave a free kick to his Hawthorn namesake. And now Dunstall, his opponent, has a chance to put through a goal. Dunstall directly in front of goal would be the straightest kick in the Hawthorn side. What's he done with that one? It's a goal. Dunstall putting through his first. It's Hawthorn's third. 1 point the difference in the preliminary final. 3-3 to 3-2 at VFL Park.
It's a nice piece of play by Dermot Brereton there. As we watch on replay, Purser gets a tap. Wallace gets a hand pass to Brereton, and Brereton hooks the ball back into what we term as the corridor down the centre of the ground. And so Jason Dunstall putting it through.
Sewell, Beasley and McLean. Goal kickers for Footscray, for Kennedy, for Hawthorn, Kennedy 2 and Dunstall 1.
How are your meetings in shorts and talls, Bob?
I don't go that far, Lou.
Approaching the time on period of the first quarter. 1 point the difference now. That is a high tackle, surely. And Foster will take the free kick.
Well, that was one of the surprise moves by Hawthorn, Footscray, Bubbers, to play Foster at centre-half forward, because he's played most of his football with the Bulldogs at centre-half back.
Yes, and done a great job of it, Lou, but they did struggle at centre-half forward last week, and they really can't fill that position, and Foster is a goer.
At the back, Schwab. Not a long kick. Green takes the mark in front of McLean. Thought about playing on. McLean not letting him go. Green will be looking for an improved performance today too. He was taken from the field last week. A rarity, certainly, since crossing from St Kilda a few years back. Great mark by Brereton on centre wing. Bad hand pass, though, by the Hawthorn half forward. Gives Footscray possession. Neil Cordy up to half forward. Out comes Morris and takes the grab in front of Sewell. He was moved there after Sewell proved too tall for Gary Ayres, and he's at right half-back flank.
Into the quarter by 26 minutes. A point the difference in favour of Footscray. A short pass and marked here by Loveridge. Loveridge out there at half-back, looks for a lead, goes right across to centre half-back, didn't gather any distance at all, but a good hand pass from Lester Smith over to Russo, puts them back into attack again. A bit of a juggle that time by Langford, kicked off the ground by Hawkins. Good play, didn't mess about. Lester Smith quick without the ball. This allows Beasley to get it over to Royal. Back it goes now to Daniels. A long shot at goal. This could be all right. No, it's off target. No, it's a mark. A mark to Sewell. And what a game he's playing down there on the forward line. He's playing a magnificent game. He's gone for a short pass. It'll be okay, and marked by Daniels in a far better position, even though he may be a bit further out. You can see the distance and the angle there on screen. He's been a dangerous player down there, Bob.
Yes, he picked up a couple of kicks now. And
there's the kick by Daniels.
You're talking about Sewell, Lou?
Yeah, Sewell, Bob.
No, I thought you were talking about Daniels then, but Sewell has been an excellent player. He's really, and they have had a two-pronged attack with both Beasley and Sewell. Sewell has been leading and giving them something to kick to. He's been a fine player.
Ball back into play again. Out there towards Green and McLean. Punched away by McLean. At least he's kept it in the attacking zone for Footscray, about 50, 60 metres out from the Footscray goal. And they're in front by 2 points. 20 plays 22. Knocked out by Purser. Ripper there. Oh, picked up by Edmund. He was grabbed around the neck. That was a nice knockout that time by Purser. But Edmund gets the free kick, and the Footscray skipper would be about 50 metres out from goal. Pretty acute angle. I doubt whether he'll make the distance. Just on the 28-minute mark. And Footscray in front by 2 points, and this would be a handy goal if he could kick this one. There she is on its way. Oh, that's a long kick, and what a goal by the captain. And they're the sort of goals that lift the entire side. The scoreboard, 3 goals to 20 Hawthorn. To Footscray, 4 goals for 28.
Well, to use an old cliche, Lou, you could say that is a captain's goal. Because you had just said that he might have been a little bit too far out, but an exceptional kick by Jim Edmund. And they're the sort of things that lift the whole team.
Great torpedo punt goal by Jim Edmund. 28 plays 20. Footscray getting away a little bit now. 8 points at it in the preliminary final. Knocked down by Langford. Picked up by Dippy Domenico to half forward. Steve McPherson there overrunning the ball. Brereton taps it back, trying to find Matthews, but Malin intercepts beautifully for Footscray. Back to Steve McPherson. Footscray's best defender by a mile. Out to Brian Cordy. Footscray looking the goods at the moment. Brad Hardy, they're full of running. A lot better Footscray side than we saw last week. Green, he just about copped Purser. That's on behind play between those two. Play goes on downfield in the meantime. Ayres and Bamblett, it's out of bounds. Footscray's right forward pocket.
Now by having a word to Purser behind play.
What Footscray are doing too, Bob, they're chasing a lot better than they did the last time against Hawthorn. Like that was an example there with McLean knocking the ball and keeping it in their attacking zone.
Yes, and Brad Hardy is not frightened to run up the ground, and he's giving Matthews a lesson at the moment.
Knocked down by Sewell. Edmund, another goal, perhaps, if he's accurate. Not this time. And the Footscray skipper, I think, has put that out of bounds on the full. It will be a Hawthorn free kick in the left back pocket at the 29.5-minute mark of the opening term, which has been a good one for Footscray.
Hardy forcing Matthews to play a different type of game at the moment. Lee not used to people taking chances and leaving him.
Ayres from left back pocket. It's a free kick for interference. going to Langford, and Langford also getting a 15-metre penalty.
Well, there's no excuse for Purser doing that because it's giving away 15 metres unnecessarily, Bob.
I think he might have just been saving time and hoping that everybody would be picked up, Lou.
Yes, especially as there's over 30 minutes gone in the quarter and the siren can't be too far away. Big pack of players out there. Comes out to Steve McPherson again, but it's a holding the man decision. To whom?
Gordy.
No, it's going to Hawkins.
No, it's going to Hawkins.
Hawkins from right half back. He's gone out wide towards the right half forward flank, looking for Edmund or Hardy. Lovely tap on by the skipper, gets it back to Hardy. Beautiful play, Footscray on to Royal, but it's a bad hand pass. Lester Smith hurriedly gets rid of it over the boundary line, and it will be a boundary throw in at right half forward for Footscray again as we approach the 31-minute mark of the term.
Footscray's aggressive tackling have upset Hawthorn a little bit, Lou.
Certainly has, and they're just keeping the ball back in their attacking zone all the time, even though they've got no chance of picking it up, Bob.
Knocked down to Loveridge. Good tackle by Edmund. Lester Smith grabs it right on the siren. Good quarter for Footscray. And they certainly took the points in the opening stanza. 4-4-28, leading Hawthorn 3-2-20. Second quarter of the 1985 preliminary final from VFL Park. Footscray by 8 points. Judge on the ground for Matthews. One of the changes made by Alan Jeans as Hawthorn swing into attack through Loveridge. Good smother by Brereton. Looks for the hand pass to Kennedy. Excellent play, but he just couldn't take the pass. McLean tackled well. Loose ball, half forward for Hawthorn. Trying to crash through McPherson. Gets it back to Hardy, who had a brilliant first term. Hardy out towards right centre wing for Footscray. Underneath it, Eade for Hawthorn. And gets offloaded by Foster.
It amazes me that there's not 15 metres paid for cases like that.
It was a little late. Peter Medico and Neil Cordy tangle. Long hand pass by Hawkins, his opponent, out to Steve Wallace. Excellent play again from Footscray. Wallace to half forward. He's trying to find Sewell, man of the match so far. 5 marks in the first quarter, Sewell. He kicked the first goal. He won't kick one from there. The pass, looking for Beasley. Won't quite reach him. Bamblett tries to get it further forward. Picked up by Lester Smith and got steamrolled by Foster.
He took his eye off the ball a couple of moments before, and the dangerous kick now which comes off.
Green from half-back. Well, there's a wrestle down there between Brereton and Neil Cordy. Now, Bob, how can they tell who's got hold of who?
Well, I think in that case, Glenn James was probably on the right side because he could see just who was holding who. Brereton had the front position. I think that made a difference.
Brereton takes the free kick from half forward. Handley made a meal of that one. Malin, bad hand pass. Still plenty of mistakes made by both sides. Wallace, bad hand pass, picked up by McLean. Hawthorn fumbling. McLean played a great first quarter as well. Here he goes on centre wing. Looks for Royal. Breaks the tackle well. Again to McLean. Back to Royal. Plenty of time. Has a long shot at goal. Beasley and New. Goal! Oh, what a kick! Great play, Footscray. Excellent from McLean. He put it through for Footscray's fifth. Or was it Bamblett? What a great piece of play. 3-2 to 5-4.
It was magnificent play on the part of Bamblett that time, and good play on the part of McLean coming down the ground, Bob.
It certainly was, Lou, and on replay we see it right on the line, but he kicked it before the line as far as I was concerned, so for mine it was a goal, but again Hawthorn's poor disposal upfield setting it up.
Well, Footscray looking pretty good against the breeze. The ball knocked out by Purser, dominating the centre bounces. Back it goes out there towards the wing position. A strong mark taken there by Rodney Eade. Umpire gets it away, but Eade still gets his kick over the centre half forward position. Flying high was Judge. There's the loose man in defence. That's McLean getting a hand pass out again to Cordy. That's a bad hand pass. Good play on the part of Wallace. Gets a hand pass back to Green. And Hawthorn going to attack the deep here to Manico. It's too long. He's not playing too well today either. Bit of fumbling going on by Dunster, but on his back there is Kennedy. The umpire said play on as John Kennedy comes out with a hand pass. Well smothered by Hardy. And Hawthorn making plenty of mistakes. The ball still in play. Back it goes now to DP to Manico, and Hardy having a great wrestle there. He was grabbed by the foot, Hardy. Playing a pretty good game down there in defence.
Playing an excellent game, Lou.
He's been an excellent player down there. They had to take Matthews off. That's how well he was going. That's his 8th possession as he drops the ball a bit short. Ball punched out to Wallace again. He goes for a short pass. It's okay. Grabbed by Loveridge. Loveridge kicks us over the half-forward line. Back it goes to Dunstall and Kennedy. Flying high was Browden. About the only forward they've got firing down there at the moment. That's his 4th mark.
Well, maybe the forwards would fire a lot more, Lou, if Hawthorn were not being so indirect. If they would go straight down the ground and go long, then they may have a chance up forward. But if you're going to zigzag all over the ground and take your time getting up there, what chance have forwards got?
14 points the difference as Browden comes in for goal number 1. There she is on its way. But he's hooked that, has he? And it's through for 1 point. That's 3 behinds to Browden so far on the match. 3 goals, 3-21 Hawthorn. The Footscray 5 goals, 4-34. And it's certainly a different side now. A good pass and a good mark taken there by Pitt, except that Hardy took a bit of a chance. Should have gone for the long kick, but it's worked out okay. Pitt's kick is a short one. Coming in to take the mark is Hawkins. They're playing with a lot of confidence. Out it goes now to Purser. And he's got the mark out there on the centre wing position. A long hand pass coming over to Brian Cordy. Back it goes to his brother Brian. Neil, I should say, over to McLean. He's playing a great game. Shows a lot of pace. He's grabbed by Langford. Gets the hand pass back there to Foster. Tries to get around Lester Smith. Slips over. He gets around him all right. Goes down. McLean taps the ball on there to Edmund. Shoots it back across there towards the half-forward flank. It hits the deck as they go now for Royal. And what's he done with it? Hit the post. So Footscray, by golly, they're playing with some determination here today, Bob.
And certainly are, Lou, and it was great play out there from both Edmund and Foster, who Foster didn't do a great deal, but he kept the ball in the forward line.
Morris's long kick, straight to Footscray's Neil Cordy. Cordy at half forward, goes for a short pass, looking for Daniels, he's got him. Daniels only about 30 metres out from goal, on a slight angle.
Classy mark.
Decides to play on. Oh, he's put the ball pretty high for Beasley. Ayres punches it clear. 1 point. So still Footscray doing it well by 15 points, increasing their lead all the time. The Hawthorn bench not looking particularly happy at the moment, and they haven't got much to be happy about. A lot of players down. Mew. Short pass to Loveridge. He's not one of them. Loveridge from half-back wobbles the punt kick up towards centre wing. Steve McPherson had a great first quarter. Gets clear of Dunstall. Good tackle, good tackle. Kennedy, who's kicked 2 goals for Hawthorn, gives it over to Russo. Russo should score from there, 25 metres out. And the understatement of the day so far would be to say it's a badly needed goal for Hawthorn. 4-3 to 5-6.
What magnificent play by Dunstall.
Certainly was, Bob.
You know, that's an example to kids that you've got to chase and chase and chase. And Steve McPherson, I don't think, realised that Dunstall was going to be there. Then Dunstall tapped it on, allowed Kennedy to get it, and that won't go in the scorebooks as Jason Dunstall's goal, but it really is.
7 minutes gone in the first quarter. Yes, the sort of tackle that coaches are really proud of. 27 plays, 36. Second term action from VFL Park. Knocked down by Langford, but it's picked up by Hawkins for Footscray. Hawkins to half forward. Schwab and Edmund. Stolen by Morris. Morris from centre half back, long kick up over the centre line.
And the pack set themselves. Oh, they all went down. 2 Footscray players. Crashed, chance down, knocked on by Purser. Over to Brian Cordy, a perfect pass. Well, actually, it was a bit too long. In goes Edmund, up ends Ayres. Tapped back beautifully there to Royal. A long kick up there, looking for Beasley out in front. The pack fly. No one can take the mark. Loveridge scouting out beautifully that time. Takes it away.
Oh, saw that one go.
And there's a box on behind play here now. We see Bandlet in that. There's 2 Hawthorn players, and I think Beasley might be. No, he's not.
Beasley's not in it. There's Searle and Bandlet.
Ball out of bounds, isn't it? Or it's going to be a...
Mew and Morris.
Ball out of bounds on that... let's see what's happening. They've got to pick the ball up now.
It's out of bounds.
It's out of bounds on the Footscray half-forward line, about 70 metres around from their goal. Well, both sides having a dip here today as Loveridge breaks clear, gets a hurried kick. Back there, it's off the top of the pack. Kennedy couldn't pick it up, neither could Browden. Now Kennedy's got a chance. Out there at half-forward, a hand pass back to Wallace. This looks dangerous for Footscray. Smothered. Beautifully smothered. Over it goes now to Judge. Back to Hanley. He's grabbed it. Will be holding the ball against him. Well, Hanley's not having a very good day today. Kennedy picks that one up, goes for a pass. He's just about, oh, he saved the day there. It nearly went out of bounds on the full. Malin couldn't get there in time, and the umpire will throw it in from that boundary line about 70 metres around from the Hawthorn game. Not the most stylish game in the world, but there's plenty of thrills and spills as Purser gets the knockout. Picked up by Judge from Kennedy. Over it goes to Dunstall. Coming out to meet Dunstall's Peart. He gets one in the back. He'll get a free kick for sure. Umpires call play on, playing the advantage rule out there to Hardy, and Hardy takes the mark in front of his opposite number there, Russo, number 4. Out there at half-back, a short pass. Coming in to meet it now is Foster. He's pulled to the ground. Grabbed by Wallace, back to Hardy again. By golly, what a game he's playing too. Shrugs his opponent off, balked. Gets around 2 of them. Great play by Hardy. Back there towards Bandit and Swab. Neither can take the mark. There's pressure on all the time. As Swab kicks the ball back, he's put it out of bounds on the full. And a chance now for Footscray to go deep into attack. They're in front by 9 points. 9.5 minutes gone of the second quarter. That's great play, Bob.
Oh, he's a beautiful player. Great skill, Lou, and there's no substitution for skill.
And there's a strong mark taken that time by Ayres out there at half-back. The scoreboard is 5 goals, 6:36. Footscray to Hawthorn 4-3-27 at the 6-minute mark, or 10-minute mark of this second quarter.
All Footscray on centre wing. Brian Cordy, well shepherded by Foster. And Sewell, mark number 6. And that was a little bit of frustration before, because I mentioned in the call that Sewell had let one go.
That's schoolboy stuff by Morris.
It was Morris that copped it, but lack of discipline by Russell Morris. I don't think Evan Jeans would be too happy with that. Langford. Russo at centre field, still inside the square. Judge, he's done well since he came on. Judge at half forward. He's a pretty accurate kick as a rule, and he's got that one. A badly needed one for Hawthorn. Goal umpire waiting for the all clear. Now he's given it. And Kennedy again being spoken to by umpire Glenn James. But it's a Hawthorn goal. 3 points the difference at VFL Park, Bob Stilton.
Yes, well, excellent defence on that occasion. And Langford now using the ball well. On replay, we see the mark taken by Russo, and Judge had made beautiful position there as Judge now drives it right through the centre, and on replay we see a very happy Ken Judge.
Ken Judge's first goal for Hawthorn. He came on at the start of the second term. 3 points the difference in the preliminary final of 85. Purser thumps it 20 metres downfield. Foster got one too high. The advantage rule played, and that will be another go.
He could have been a bit lucky there, Foster, I reckon. It's going back to Purser, actually, for a free kick at centre field, so Foster had nothing to do with it, Pete.
It's like one of your golf shots, Lou.
That's right.
Purser from centre field. In front is Schwab. Bandit had to go the spoil. He did that effectively. Now it's left to Terry Wallace. Wallace's kick is a high one, but he did get boot to ball. Handley has it knocked away, picked up by Loveridge on right half-back flank, just about Hawthorn's most consistent player. Handley not having a good day today, fumbles and then slips. Still gets his kick in, up towards centre field. Bad disposal though. Who's he got? Broughton.
On behind play again, Pete.
Well, we've seen a couple of those. It's on half-back flank at the moment, the fight. The ball's on Hawthorn's half-forward line. It's Hawkins and Dippy to Beneco. Hawkins wins out, gets it back to Hardy. Hardy gets around Langford. You'll get around Kennedy as well. Caught! Great tackle. Hardy just tried to do too much on that occasion, and it's picked up by Russo. A long kick in towards full forward. Judge just about grabbed it. Knights out of bounds. Boundary throw in, right half or right forward pocket for Hawthorn.
Just over the 12.5-minute mark of the second quarter. 5-6-36. Footscray to Hawthorn 5-3-33. The ball out of bounds about 30 metres around from the Hawthorn goal. They're trailing by 3 points. Kennedy against Purser. Purser got the tap down. Picked up by Cordy. The ball driven back there towards centre half. Back coming in to meet it now is Eade. Goes for a short pass. It's a good one and marked here by Langford. And he'd be about 50 metres out from goal. Hawthorn trailing by 3 points.
Langford doing quite a good job around the ground, Lou. He's been beaten in the ruck work, but doing well around the ground.
He's gone for a short pass, trying to find Peter Knights. Ball on the boundary line. It'll be out of bounds. Peter Knights in a bit of trouble. I think he's only had 2 kicks up to this stage of the match.
Watching a few of them slip over like that, Lou, I wonder whether they've chosen the wrong studs.
Well, the ground is very slippery. A very hot day here today. Knocked out by Purser again. In goes Hardy on the boundary line. He was tripped up. A hand pass comes out to McLean. He fumbles the ball, and the ball over the line and out of bounds again. Now, Peter Donegan, our man on the ground, said the wind seems to have dropped considerably, Peter. So that should help Footscray's cause in this second quarter. Ball knocked out by Purser again. A hand pass coming over to Mailer. Short pass. Oh, it's a bad one. Deep here. Domenico couldn't pick it up. Down goes Hawkins. He can't get clear. Plenty of scrimmaging going on there. As I said before, not the most stylish game in the world, but it's a pretty tough affair out there.
It's a great exhibition by both teams so far.
Well, it's guts and determination by both sides, and full marks to Footscray because they were a pushover the last time these two sides met, but they're putting up a better display today as Russo drives it up there towards Knights, and Piatt knocks the ball away from him and goes through for 1 point.
Excellent defence by Piatt there, Lou.
So it's still nip and tuck. 5 goals, 4-34 Hawthorn. The Footscray 5 goals, 6-36. Into this quarter, the second by 14.5 minutes, and there's a mark taken out there by Royal, short of half-back, plus a 15-metre penalty. This brings him right up to the half-back line. He's gone for a short pass. Hawkins getting away from deep here. Domenico takes the ball out there towards the centre wing position. Another pass. It's a good one, and Foster's got it. Now he's on the centre wing position, boots the ball high over the half-forward line, looking for Jim Edmund. Ayres missed that completely. Edmund and Ayres having a great battle. Down goes Edmund. He's grabbed around the neck, a bit of a tussle there, and the umpire will ball it up about 60 metres out from the Footscray goal. 15 minutes gone of the second quarter, the 1985 preliminary final. 5 goals, 6-36 Footscray to Hawthorn, 5-4-34.
To bounce. Left half forward for Footscray. Knocked down by Foster, but intercepting for Hawthorn as Ayres. Back to centre wing. Kennedy and Brian Cordy both overrun the ball. Left to Purser. He's gone for a little short one, trying to find Royal. He does so. Gets around Wallace and deep here to Domenico. Short to half forward. That was Beasley. Mark number 3.
There's no doubt when you give this guy room, he's got a chance, Pete.
He's a typical full forward, Lou, and if he's got the space to come to, and then he does lead well, makes position well, and if you give him the opportunity, there's every chance that in a 2-out duel, he'll get his share.
A goal would give Footscray the lead by 9 points. He's kicked one so far and missed one that he should have got. I don't think he'll miss this one from only 20 metres out. It's a goal. Footscray lead by 9 points in the preliminary final. 16.25 minutes gone. Scoreboard at VFL Park. Footscray 6-6-42. Hawthorn 5-4-34.
Pete, I think the crowd has built up here considerably today. It's around about the 60,000 mark, I would say, at least.
Not as many as last week, though, Lou, as we watch that mark again. Good lead by Beasley.
Excellent play by Footscray further upfield. Brian Cordy taking the hand pass, and it was a fine performance.
Approaching the 17-minute mark, Footscray by 9 in the second quarter. Knocked down by Purser. I'm sick of saying that, but he's killing them in the ruck at the bounce. But Langford doing a fair job, as Bob mentioned, around the ground. Malin to Foster, and Foster playing well at half forward. Underneath it is Schwab, and takes the mark in front of Sewell. He's gone for the hand pass to Mew. It'll be about Mew's first kick for the afternoon. In front, Brereton. Oh, he flattened Dippy Domenico. Lack of talking there by the Hawthorn players. It's Kennedy takes the hand pass, and Bertie is still flat out and he's back. Piatt just about caught, but he gets it over to Hardy. Hardy to Wallace. Wallace around Brereton. Does he? Has to throw it away. Out to Knights. Knights hooks it back towards half forward. Wallace, great mark. Wallace, though, not the most reliable kick in the Hawthorn side, and would be a fair distance out, but a very courageous grab.
I think probably a little bit too far out to score, Pete.
Yes.
One never knows.
Bad play on the part of Steve Wallace then. Took too long to get rid of the ball.
Wallace's kick just wide of the 10-metre square. Brereton, has he got the mark? He decides to play on and not worry about it, and puts it through for a goal to make the difference once again. 3 points in the preliminary final. That's Brereton's first goal. Footscray 6-6-42. Hawthorn 6-4-40.
I always believe that Hawthorn are a far better side when Dermot Brereton is playing well, and we watch on replay as Brereton and Domenico clash, and there are the two of them. I think they both hurt themselves, but Brereton backing things, and we watch now as Brereton takes it from behind. And as I was saying, I always believe that Hawthorn are a far better side when Brereton is firing, and for that matter, any side is Lou in the centre half forwards firing.
Certainly right, Bubba. Z picks up the ball now and drives Hawthorn back into attack over their half-forward line. The ball hits the deck. Coming in to meet it is Kennedy. Actually ran into his own mate that time, McPherson. Top one for dropping the ball. Had McPherson not been in the way, he could have got clear, but that was unfortunate. It's only 3 points the difference. Now Judge has got a chance to put them in front. Hawthorn, he'd be about 45 metres out. And Judge has already kicked 1 goal into this quarter by just on 19 minutes. That's the second quarter of the 1985 preliminary final. This has been a pretty tough game. There's the kick by Judge. That's a beautiful kick, and it's a goal. So the Hawks have hit the front. It's Hawthorn 7 goals, 4-46 to Footscray, 6 goals, 6-42.
Yes, and an excellent goal by Ken Judge. You can see the concentration. It's a lovely kick, and he does have the aid of the breeze, and even though Peter Donegan said that it had dropped a bit, I still believe that Hawthorn are kicking with the aid of about a 2-goal breeze in this term.
Just on the 19.5-minute mark, it's 3 points the difference now, this time in favour of Hawthorn. Centre bounce, Purser against Langford, knocked out by Langford. Grabbed that time by Hawkins, and Footscray go back into attack. Off the top of Bambert's hands, Rob's in trouble. Gets a hand pass out, looking for Loveridge. In goes Daniels, but it's picked up by Malin. There's a lead coming out in now to Sewell. Couldn't grab that one, and the ball is out of bounds. But don't blame Jim Sewell for that, because he's played a pretty good game here today down there on that forward pocket for Footscray. He's one of their best players. Of course, their full forward, Beasley's already kicked 2 goals. Certainly a different Footscray side to when these last 2 sides met. Wallace goes for a hand pass. Coming in to meet it now as Morris taps the ball back to Wallace, but he was grabbed when he didn't have the ball that time. Morris, he'll take
Wallace
the free
got
kick.
one behind play too.
Unusual.
So this is Morris with the ball out there at half-back. 3 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Back into the centre of the ground. The back is Purser. Goes over the top of the pack. Picked up by Foster. Over it goes to Royal. In trouble. That was a bad hand pass, but he couldn't do anything else. Back it comes now to DP at a Domenico. A hurried kick out there towards Brereton. Brereton coming in there with Brian Cordy. Neil Cordy, I should say, and the ball is over. Now it's still back in play. Picked up by Cordy. He persisted with that one, and he's got it back to DP at Domenico on a strong mark. Oh, bad hand pass. A shocker, and the ball is out of bounds.
Why do they think they have to hand pass?
Should have gone back for his kick there, Birdie. DP at Domenico. He's getting a sponge on the head. I think he needs it to cool him down to get the brain working again. 46 plays 42. 4 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Ball back into play again. Langford against Purser. Line ball that time as it comes down to Daniels and DP at Domenico. And once again, the umpire will ball it up on the centre wing position. Just on the 21.5-minute mark of the second quarter. And it's 4 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. There's been nothing in this game from the very word go. It's a real tough battle without being a stylish game, and the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Langford
For shepherding.
That was against Daniels for blocking him.
There's no sense in that, is it?
No sense at all, Bob. Kick by Langford is over the centre half forward position. Kennedy gets the knock away from Dunstall. Coming in to meet it now is Neil Cordy. Hand pass over to Malin. Juggles it, but picks it up the second time. Goes for a pass, looking for Foster. Got his hands, but couldn't hold the mark. Grabbed by Daniels. Daniels clear. Looking for a lead. Sends it right across to centre half forward, but no one there. Good strong mark by Russell Green. Trying to get away, but McLean's got him well covered there at centre half back. Russell Green with the ball. Kicks it out wide. Judge flies over the pack. Falling to the ground now is Russell. They pile on top of him. Don't give him much chance. The umpire still calling play on. And umpire James will ball it up on the point of the square down towards the Hawthorn half forward line. And we're just on the 23-minute mark, and they're in front by 4 points, the Hawks.
46 plays 42. 22 and 3/4 minutes into the second quarter. A bounce inside the centre square. Just on Hawthorn's half forward line. Purser and Langford. Won by Purser. Malin sharks it from Wallace, but gets caught pretty quickly for his efforts by Dippy Domenico, who looks for the free kick, but according to the umpire, there isn't one. And it'll be a bounce almost in the same position, but this time outside the square. Wallace last to get up. Bounce. Langford and Purser. Line ball, that one. Malin just about got one at the back, I think, but it's left for Royal to clear it for Footscray. Beautiful turn of speed by the Footscray rover. Up to half forward. Beasley and Mew just about juggled it, Simon. No mark, and it will once again be a bounce, or perhaps a free kick after the pushing and shoving has subsided. Who's on the bottom? Schwab. Let's watch that again.
On replay now, we see Beasley, and well, just couldn't quite get on the second grab. It would have been a mark.
Knocked down by Purser. Bamblett. Out comes Mew. Too high, the tackle. Hawthorn free kick. Perhaps a little bit lucky. Chris Mew to take the free kick just wide of the kick-off line. He's gone to the members' stand side, looking for Langford. Langford likewise goes for a pass intended for Kennedy. Not a good one though, because Kennedy was well marked, and it will be a boundary throw in on Footscray's right half forward flank, about 70 metres from their goal. Bob.
McLean off, Bahaja on.
46 plays 42 in the second quarter. We're nearly into the time on period. Daniels has it but can't get rid of it, and again we'll see a bounce. Purser again doing well at the bounces and throw-ins. Foster tries to get the hand pass out, does so, picked up by Brian Cordy. Edmund takes the mark in front of Gary Ayres. Well, he kicked a beautiful goal in the first quarter, Edmund, with a torpedo punt. That one isn't one. Morris flying in front of Beasley. Ball paddled out to Russo, gets grabbed, arguably too high. Bahaja back on the ground, can he score a goal? Hooks it back in toward the 10-metre square. Two Hawthorn players are there, and a good mark is taken by Mew. Too tall for Bamblett. Good battle down there at the moment between Mew and Beasley. Mew goes for the hand pass, it's taken by Russo in the right back pocket. Russo trying to get around Sewell, and by gee, that ground must be slippery. Otherwise, as Bob Skilton suggested, they've got the wrong stops on. Oh, danger here for Hawthorn as Lester Smith finally gets the hand pass out to Wallace. Wallace close to the boundary line, but he picks it up at right half-back.
26 minutes gone, a short pass marked here by Kennedy. Over it goes to Loveridge out there at half-back. He's got a paddock to run, and he hand passes over to Green. There's a chance now for Hawthorn to go deep into attack. He was grabbed, shrugged his opponent off, back to hand. He's had a bad day today. Up there to Dunstall, punched away by Kennedy. It's Dunstall and Kennedy going after it. Kennedy's grab, didn't have the ball. Deep here to Menegar. I thought it was a free kick.
I thought it was the other way in the first place, to be honest.
Well, it's Kennedy's free kick out there at centre half back. Goes right across goals. This is danger, but Sewell's out. Not Sewell. Purser's out there on his own. 4 points the difference into the quarter by just over 26 minutes.
Now, why was it a penalty against Langford? It was Purser that was doing the pushing then.
Don't ask me, Bob. I'm up here. The ball comes over to McPherson. McPherson's kick is a long one over the half-forward line. Edmund couldn't hold that mark. He goes down. Backing up well there was Russo. Over to Green. Back there to Kennedy. Over it goes to Langford. Back to deep here to Manico. Goes for a kick, not a good one. It's a shocker, and marked here in defence by Peart. He goes out wide, but his kick wasn't the greatest in the world, but it'll go out of bounds. At least it'll give Footscray an even chance there to keep the ball.
It's not hard to see that Neil Peart is a left footer.
That's right. Ball out of bounds on that half-forward line for Hawthorn. Well, they all missed that. It comes back to Royal. Scouts around the pack nicely, boots it back over the centre line. And a great mark taken there by Ayres. Well, his two opponents fall over. He breaks clear, goes for a pass. Dunstall couldn't mark that. He fell over. Now Kennedy's got to pick it up. He does the second time. He's clear out there on the wing position, looking for Bahaja, who fumbles the ball. A bad fumble. There's too many against Bahaja. As Green gets the ball back to Wallace. He's grabbed by Bamblett. The umpire said too high. Well, Hawthorn had plenty of time to get rid of it. Then they could have been a bit lucky. But the free kick was there.
I think very lucky, really. He ducked his head. I personally would have penalised Wallace.
Kick out wide now. Punched away by Neil Cordy, going for the boundary line on Hawthorn's half-forward line. About 70 metres around from their goal. Just on the 28-minute mark.
Hawthorn's still going far too short, Lou. They're hand passing and they're zigzagging instead of going long and direct.
It's 7 goals for Hawthorn, 46 to Footscray, 6-6, 42. Oh, Purser missed that one. Picked up by Kennedy. A hurried kick by DiPietro Manico looking for Knights. Couldn't pick that one up, and it'll be out of bounds. Out of bounds in the forward pocket position for Hawthorn, about 30 metres around from their goal. There's the siren to end the second quarter of the 1985 preliminary final. Hawthorn, 7 goals, 446 to Footscray, 6 goals, 642. And it's still a pretty even Steven sort of a game. And even though it's not the most stylish game in the world, but it's a typical Victorian final match, Bob.
It certainly is, Lou, and both sides have contested with great aggression, and they've made it hard for either side to gain any leeway or any control of the game. And I think Hawthorn have probably had plenty of control of the ball, but their disposal, because of Footscray's quick tackling, has eventually put them under pressure. And they have, Footscray have made it hard for Hawthorn to get any semblance of real play going. And we have mentioned a couple of times how many of the players are slipping, and it surprises me really, because you know what VFL Park is like, how well grassed it is and how slippery it is. And I would imagine that some of these players have chosen to wear moulded soles rather than the nylon stops that you can get these days.
All right, we'll leave it as at half-time in the preliminary final. 7-4-46. Hawthorn to Footscray, 6-6-42. A margin of 4 points in favour of Hawthorn. We'll be back here shortly. Umpire Glenn James starts proceedings in the third quarter of the 1985 preliminary final. A margin of 4 points only in favour of Hawthorn, but Footscray kicking with the breeze in this quarter. This was the quarter last week that Essendon took Hawthorn apart. Purser and Langford. It's won by Langford from the centre circle. Wallace up to half forward for Hawthorn, but not a long kick. Out comes Peart. Ball socket off the ground, picked up by Handley, who's minding Steve Wallace, but he's kicked it straight to Brad Hardy, who shows he can also mark one-handed. Lovely juggle there. He's found Hawkins. Cordy, Neil Cordy out to Daniels, who against North Melbourne got on his own repeatedly, did it there again. Edmund, long kick up. Bamper, or should have taken that mark. Look in the back, Pete. He's got the free kick anyway. Or is it going the other way? Now it's going to Swab. It's for Langford, finds him. Green just gets clear of his opponent. Ball up towards centre wing or centre half forward for Hawthorn. And the mark taken by Brereton. 5 marks for the Hawthorn half forward.
Played a lot better today, Pete.
Yes, he has. He and Jim Sewell, the leading markers on the ground today. Sewell also has 5. Brereton down towards Hawthorn's full forward pocket, picked up by DP Domenico. A snapshot for goal is off target and out of bounds. Boundary throw in Hawthorn's right forward pocket. Bright sunshine here today, but a number of players have slipped over on the turf. May have chosen the moulded sole boots. And the ground could be a little bit heavier than we think. McCarthy came on for the third quarter, knocks it down to Russo. His hand pass is not a good one though. Peart clears it for Footscray out towards the half back line. Lovely juggled mark by Hawkins. Great grab that one. The hand pass wasn't quite as good. Good block by Judge. DP Domenico can't get boot to ball. Picked up by Brian Royal. Looking for a hand pass, Royal. Not much there. Malin. And Footscray looking good again. Over to Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy up towards left half forward flank for Footscray. Schwab should have taken the mark. And
Edmund comes out of the pack looking there for Sewell. Covered by Morris. Sewell got his hands but couldn't hold the mark. The ball hits the deck. Sewell won't give in. Tapped out to Bahajar. Tried to get a hand pass out. It misfired. Picked up by Green. And Hawthorn get the ball away from the danger zone. This time through Rodney. A good short pass. And as Bob Skilton said, this young fella Loveridge is playing a great game today. Out wide with a perfect pass, and the ball marked there by Wallace. Wallace with the ball on the centre wing position. Ball drops short. McCarthy flies. He's got the mark. And of course, he's on the ground replacing Knights. Quickly plays on. Hack fly. Oh, Judge nearly marked that. No, the umpire said no mark. No mark at all as the ball is pushed out by Russo, showing a bit of pace, gets the ball back to Loveridge again. And by golly, didn't he cover some ground to get down there to take the ball in the forward pocket. He's had 15 possessions up to this stage of the match, and this is his 6th mark. And of course, he's yet to score a goal. Hawthorn in front by 4 points. This will be a handy goal if the little rover can kick this one. It'll lift Hawthorn no end. There she is on its way. And it's a goal. So it's a 10-point lead to Hawthorn. 8 goals, 452 to Footscray, 6 goals, 642.
There's some good roving by Richard Loveridge. I think, as you called it, Lou, in 1 minute he was on the half-back line putting the ball out towards Terry Wallace. And, well, it was either a mark mark to Brereton or Judge, there's no doubt about that one. But it mattered not to Hawthorn, as we see on replay. Russo go on, the left foot kick around the corner as Tony Bahaja comes off the ground.
And he's replaced by McLean, knocked out by Purser, picked up by Malin, up there to Swab and Bandlet. Neither can take the mark. There's a scrimmage here, and the umpire will ball it up about 45 metres out from the Footscray goal. They're trailing by 10 points, and they badly need a goal here. They can't afford to let Hawthorn slip away, because once you give Hawthorn a bit of a chance, they certainly grab it. It'll be a ball up. Knocked out by Sewell. Spinning out the pack that time as Edmund goes for a hand pass. He's upended. The umpire said hold the ball. I think that was a bit tough because he made all the play. Langford goes for a short pass. It's okay. Marked by Kennedy. Over it goes to West. That's a shocking kick, but it'll come off. Over there it goes to Russo, but a bad hand pass. Knocked on by Purser. He goes down, gets it out now. A chance for Cordy to knock the ball over to Hardy. Hardy fumbles. Oh, that's the first fumble he's had all day, as it goes back to DP a minute ago. A hurried kick back, and Brereton's got the mark. And this fella's looming up as a danger player. He's out there at centre-half forward. Goes for a pass. Looking for Dunstall, but good defensive play on the part of Kennedy.
Oh, free kick.
I think it might be a free kick against him, for one in the back, or he was holding him back.
It is a free kick, there's no doubt about that. But Loveridge was on his own well before Brereton put it forward. Brereton should have looked and had a quick look downfield. As we watch on replay now, and we see Dunstall coming down, and
it's good on his back. Well, the actual play before that was perfect defensive play, then he wasted the good play, Pete.
I mean, Kennedy's extremely lucky that the book's not out.
Well, Dunstall not too good. And of course, Hawthorn or Footscray throwing this game away with foolish play, Bob.
Well, Kennedy
I probably wouldn't feel too good if I had 7 stop marks in my back.
Certainly would.
Kennedy has been the main culprit down there in defence for Footscray. He's given away a couple of silly free kicks.
Right.
One to John Kennedy earlier.
Well, that was
picked a good player to give the kick to, though.
Judge.
He's normally a pretty good kick at goal, so I think Alan Jeans would be quite happy to have Judge kicking at goal, although Jason Dunstall himself is a pretty good kick, and I think he's going to make Dunstall kick it.
He is a good kick for goal, Jason Dunstall.
As you said, Pete, foolish play on the part of Kennedy, because it was good defensive play to knock the ball away, then he spoiled it.
It was good play to knock it clear. He's a good player, Kennedy, but
no excuse for that sort of play.
They're giving away a couple of silly free kicks. Dunstall for goal number 2. A pretty fair angle, but about 25 metres out. He's missed it. 1 point or out of bounds. I'll wait on the umpires for that. It's one behind. And Dunstall has a sore one as well. 53 to 42.
Actually, they're sore tomorrow, Pete.
Won't be quite as sore if they win.
That's what I was going to say. They're even worse if you lose.
Lovely mark to Hawkins. And that should be 15 metres, surely. Umpire speaking to Dippy Domenico. It will be a 15-metre penalty.
Well, I think sides are making a bit of a farce of this 15-metre penalty now, aren't they, really?
It's got back to what it was.
That's right.
Hawkins from right half-back flank. Underneath it is, and over the top was Cordy, I think it was. Edmund. Down to half forward. Morris has it stolen from him by Royal, who's tackled, gets it back to Sewell. Sewell has a right foot snapshot. Beasley on his own, but the ball sails over his head and through for 1 point. That means he's kicked now 1 goal through. 8-5 to 6-7, a difference of 10 points.
And we're just over the 7-minute mark of this third quarter of the 1985 preliminary final. Mew runs around his opponent, goes for a short pass. There's a chance now for Swab to pick it up. It's a hurried kick as Purser goes after him. The ball going for the boundary line, and it's out of bounds. Still on Footscray's half-forward line, but a heck of a distance around from their goal. Well, Footscray still within striking distance, but they've got to get a goal here now, Bob, to keep themselves going, really.
Yes, they certainly do, Lou. They can't afford to let Hawthorn get more than that, say, 17 or 18 points break.
There's Wallace with a hand pass out to Purser. Purser's kick is over the half-forward on a chance for Edmund to mark. He fumbled that one. In goes Bandit, having plenty of trouble getting clear. Now the little fella's clear. He looks for a lead. It's not a good kick coming into metre to Sewell. It bounces okay, but he's grabbed a hand pass back to Malin in plenty of trouble. He's out of the pack. Over it goes now to Royal. Oh, bad hand pass. They're making mistakes now, Footscray. He missed Malin altogether. A hand pass from Loveridge. Over it goes now to Eade. Back to Green. At Hawthorn on their own. There was three of them there. He balks Hardy. A hand pass back to Langford. Back it goes to Wallace. And Footscray. Hawthorn going to attack up to their half-forward line. The mark dropped by Peart. He butters up again, but he's collared, and the umpire will ball it up about 25 metres out from the Hawthorn goal.
I think we see there, some of the advantages of having a player like DiPierdomenico out there. Whether he's getting the ball or not, some of his tackling is great.
Certainly is. Knocked out by Pearson, then grabbed the ball. A hand pass coming over to Hardy. Spins out of the pack beautifully. A long hand pass out there in the back pocket to Hawkins. He goes for pass. A mark dropped that time by Foster. It was a difficult one, but still gets his kick, but it's a high one. Going for the boundary line, and it bounces in. It bounces the wrong way against Langford. This gives Malin a chance. Did the right thing that time playing it on, but he knocked it out of bounds.
Well, Langford, I think, showed a little bit of inexperience there. He should have tried to mark it. He thought it was going to go out on the full and just casually went across towards it.
Ball out of bounds on Footscray's half-forward line, about 80 metres around from their goal. And they badly need one now. They're trailing by 10 points. Ball comes back to Loveridge, still doing a great job as Hawthorn's rover, and no doubt the best rover on the ground at this stage of the match, Bob.
Well, it's almost a quarter, Lou, and I do agree with you on that one. It's almost a quarter. The 16-minute mark of the second term when Footscray kicked their last goal.
Boundary throw it on centre wing. Purser can't find a rover because Loveridge is there. Malin's on the bottom of the stack. Might have got one a little bit too high, but umpire Glenn James says no and comes in quickly to cool tempers again. 10 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn at the 10.5-minute mark of the third quarter. Langford and Purser, won by Purser, who hooks it off the ground but hooks it straight to Loveridge. Loveridge's kick was a wild one, knocked back by Kennedy to DiPierdomenico, which was good play. Burton behind, goes for the knock-on. Did it work? McCarthy, yes, gets it out to Russo. Oh, hospital hand pass, that one. Kennedy, back to Russo. Not the greatest of handballs, though. Great tackle, Brad Hardy. Hardy slips over. Every which way, Hardy runs out of bounds with the ball.
Well, Hardy should have hand passed back to Kennedy. They try to do too much, and you can't do it in fine. Well, you can't do it any time, Bob.
I know, I thought Hardy was quite cool under the circumstances, Lou, and rather than hand pass, he went over the boundary line with it. It's very hard to be penalised that way.
McCarthy and Purser, line ball. Kennedy, can he look for a hand pass? Yes, he does. DiPierdomenico has to try and get through three of them, puts it out of bounds on the full ball through for a point. The former. And at the 11.5-minute mark, third quarter, it will be a Footscray free kick in their left back pocket to be taken by Peart. Good long kick. Purser goes for the knock-on. Handley was ready for it. McCarthy and Peart, it's out of bounds, beating both of those pros, and again it will be a boundary throw-in about 10 metres from the Hawthorn behind post. 10 points the difference in the 1985 preliminary final from VFL Park. McCarthy and Purser, McLean, Neil Cordy, and paddled out by Purser, picked up by Hardy. Doesn't try and do too much on this occasion and does get the kick in. It's up towards the centre wing position. Eade overruns the ball, gets himself tripped up, but there will be a free kick to Footscray as the wrestle goes on.
To Foster, please.
Seen a few of those today. Umpire indicating that time honour is being taken before Foster can take the kick. And Foster has the free at centre-half back. 12.5 minutes gone in the term. Foster's kick is a good long one up over the centre line. Knocked to the ground by Ayres, picked up by Bandit, tries to get there, caught, good tackle, Gary Ayres. Crowd says holding the ball, and the umpire agrees. Free kick going to the Hawthorn defender.
That was a good tackle by Ayres, a short pass. It'll be okay. Langford should mark that. It's knocked on. Well, it's a free kick. A Swab picks it up the back. Balks nicely. He's got a chance to score. Here's a long shot at goal. Dunstall with Kennedy. He's got it. Dunstall, a great mark. Outmanoeuvred Kennedy completely. A beautiful mark by Dunstall.
He judged that one to perfection. He may have been a little bit like Beasley at the other end early in the game. He may have just put the nudge in the back, but not much. And the umpire, construed that it wasn't worth worrying about anyway. But an excellent mark by Dunstall.
And Dunstall going for goal number 2. This will put Hawthorn in front by 16 points. He's successful. 13 and a half minutes gone of this third quarter.
And I think that's the biggest break of the game, isn't it, Bob?
It certainly is, Pete. And Hawthorn playing well. They're still against the breeze, and I still think it's about a 2-goal breeze. But Hawthorn are putting the pressure on Footscray now and not allowing them to get steady and dispose of the ball in the manner that they would like. It's Hawthorn that are applying the pressure that Footscray did in the first half.
That's right, Bob. Just on the 14-minute mark of this third quarter. 16 points the difference. Running now. 59 plays 43 in favour of Hawthorn, and they're starting to get a grip on this game. It'll be Purser against Langford. Knocked out by Purse. That's a hefty knock. Lester Smith overruns the ball. He goes back after it again. Gets a hand pass out to McLean, the wrong man. Now McLean's clear. Footscray badly needing a goal. This is a long shot. Is he on target? But a great mark taken in defence there by New. So every player on the Hawthorn side now getting a lot more confidence now. They're 16 points in front. That's a bad kick in. The ball marked here by McLean. Now, he'd only be about 30 metres out. Now he was looking at passing the ball to somebody. He should have a shot here because they badly need this goal because they're trailing by 16 points. And McLean going for goal number 2. There it is on its way. And that is a goal, a ripper. So Footscray bounce back, and that's their first goal scored, I think, since about the 16-minute mark of the second quarter. 9 goals, 5-59 Hawthorn to Footscray. 7 goals, 7-49.
2 bad mistakes there by Bob. First of all, the hand pass from Lester Smith, and then the kick out by Chris Mew.
At least Lester Smith was under pressure. I find it unbelievable to think that a player who can kick the ball as far as Chris Mew should try and short pass to a player who's got somebody in front of him. We watch again on replay now as Chris Mew and McLean in front of Gary Ayres, and to try and just place it over the top is suicide.
Langford will take the free kick for Hawthorn. 15 and a half minutes gone. Peart, good defence. Wallace can't get boot to ball. In goes Green and Malin. Out comes Loveridge. Loveridge thought about the hand pass. Now he's put it high. Who's he trying to find down there? Eade and Daniels wrestling for it. Dunstall with Kennedy. Ball will beat both of those players over the line, and a boundary throw-in will result at right half forward flank for Hawthorn. 49 plays 59, a difference of 10 points. Knocked down by Purser. Malin just about scored a try there. Looked like it. Identical position. Once again, a boundary throw-in. 9-5 to 7-7 in favour of Hawthorn. The winner to meet Essendon in the VFL Grand Final next week at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Neither McCarthy nor Purser can get it out. It's left to Green. Green's gone for a pass to Judge, and Judge takes the mark. Oh, silly play.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
Steve McPherson, you should be taken off.
That is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. It has brought the player.
Silly play, look. Well, that's giving him a goal. It's handing it on a platter, Pete.
Oh, talk about schoolboy stuff.
Well, that's a rush of blood for sure. Or something wrong with the fella.
Ken Judge directly in front has put it through for his third goal since coming on at quarter time, and Hawthorn 10-5-65, Footscray 7-7-49.
It's not to suggest that Judge would not have kicked it even without the 15-metre penalty, but it's one thing for sure. Bringing you 15 metres closer to goal when you're directly in front certainly is a big advantage, and you can see how Ken Judge had relaxed and completely relaxed. I think he would have got the greatest shock of all time.
That's right.
To got what he got.
17 and a half minutes gone, 65 to 49 in the 85 preliminary final. 3 goals to Ken Judge. Third quarter action knocked down by Langford. DP Domenico went through without the ball, and Brian Royal almost got a push in the back. Green, hurried hand pass, picked up by Kennedy. Kennedy's gone for a pass. Dunstall can't take the mark. Kennedy right there with him. Good play by the Footscray defender. Excellent hand pass out to Peart. Oh, Peart doesn't know what to do with this one. It's well, what do you call that? A grubber. Good bump, good hip and shoulder, put Langford out of business. Brian Cordy, he's well shepherded and gets clear for Footscray.
Good play on the part of Cordy. Footscray badly need a goal. There'll be a free kick against Wallace. They're doing some foolish things at this stage of the match, Footscray.
Well, frustration, Lou, because Hanley's got on top of Wallace.
There's the ball marked here now by Russell Green out there at centre half back. Green looking for a lead, goes right across ground. He's found Swab on his own on the other point of the square. Short pass out wide will be okay. I think Kennedy's got a chance to pick this up on the bounce. He does, getting away from his opponent as he sends the ball back with a beautiful pass to McCarthy. Down he goes. It could have been a free kick for a push. Well, it was certainly interference if it wasn't a push, as the umpire indicated. And they're doing some foolish things. They're throwing this game. They're virtually blinded in this third quarter, Footscray. And a chance there was a mistake as the ball comes back in now. Breaking through the pack is Kennedy. A snap at goal, but he's off target. And it's through for 1 point. But it doesn't worry Hawthorn.
Eade was there for a long while, Lou, and it was a poor piece of disposal by McCarthy. And no, McCarthy wouldn't need to be told, I know that, but Eade was sitting there waiting.
66 plays, 49, 17 points the difference. Short pass, a little kick by Hardy down there in the back pocket. Chance for Hawkins at the back, takes the mark. He might have given DP a minute ago a little bit of a push. A long hand pass coming over to McPherson, who made that fatal mistake before. Another pass looking for Sewell, got under that one. Oh, taken off the pack beautifully by Edmund. A snap at goal. Will it make it up there towards Mew? And Beasley having a great wrestle here. Neither can get clear. Is it a free kick to Beasley? The umpire said no. A swab, and Hawthorn take the ball away from the danger zone. Good play. There's a chance now for the ball to be picked up by Daniels. Footscray going back into attack. A pass, and Sewell's got it. He copped a heavy one from Morris that time, but no 15-metre penalty, and rightly so. Now Sewell would be about 35 to 40 metres out, and they're trailing by 17 points.
7 marks to Jim Sewell.
And he's played a very good game down there in the forward pocket. He's kicked 1 goal. There she is on its way. Will it come around enough? It does. But it won't make the distance, or is it a goal? Let's see on the result. It's a goal. So Footscray still in there with a chance. And you've got to admire they've made a lot of mistakes in this quarter, Bob, but they're still fighting it out.
They certainly are, Lou, and I think there may have been a report while things were going on down there. I'm not sure. But I do feel that Swab may be reported as we see the replay of the kick just over the line. Goal umpire in good position to see. But for what reason, I don't know. But I think you might find that Swab of Hawthorn might be reported.
11 points the difference. We approach the 21-minute mark of this third quarter, the 1985 preliminary final. And Footscray still there with a chance. Centre bounce again. Well, that's if the umpire will ever get the ball. I don't know where it's gone to.
New ball coming out, Lou.
New ball coming out. Whether that helps Footscray or not, but they have just about blown this game with those foolish mistakes down there, Bob, and that particularly the players like Judge and Dunstall.
We don't forget that Hawthorn have made a couple of bad mistakes too. As Pete called before, the hand pass by Lester Smith for 1, and then the kick by Mew.
21 and a half minutes gone. 11 points the difference. Knocked out by Langford. Again by Hawkins. They all missed that one. DP Domenico gets it down there towards McCarthy's. Kick is smothered by Hardy. A good one. And it's Wallace driving them back into attack. Brereton comes out with the ball to get the ball. It's Kennedy and Brereton, but Kennedy takes it over the line and out of bounds. Played it safe, and there'll be a throw on about 30 metres around from the Hawthorn goal, and they're 11 points in front.
22 minutes gone in the third quarter. Boundary throw in right forward pocket for Hawthorn. 55 to 66. In front, Kennedy. Purser cannons into him. And you don't have to be Einstein to work out that that's a free kick.
Well, Kennedy might have balked him there.
Kennedy has kicked 2 goals.
I reckon he was pretty stiff to get the free kick against him, Purser. I reckon he balked him. That's an infringement.
The thing is whether Purser was looking at the ball or not, and I think he may have been.
Kennedy about 45 or 40 metres out from goal. Sprays that one a bit. Out of bounds, I think. Yep. And so the Footscray supporters say, well, that's all it deserved anyway. And Brad Hardy will take the free kick. A player who covers more ground than Burke and Wills. Seems to be everywhere, doesn't he? That one drops a little bit short. Knocked away by Eade. May have been grabbed. I don't think he had the ball.
I don't think he did either.
Umpire didn't see it. And it will be a bounce almost in Hawthorn's right forward pocket. That's a little bit further out than that. Purser with Langford. Purser wins that one over the top down to Neil Cordy. Left foots it up towards the half back line. Foster and Lester Smith. Foster going through like a steam train here. Strong play up the centre wing. Knocked down by Ayres. Edmund looking for a free kick. He'll get one. be a 15-metre penalty? No, says the umpire. And Jimmy Edmund to take the free kick on left centre wing. Footscray skipper wobbles the punt kick up to half forward. Oh, Royal, yes. Chipped in beautifully in front of Ayres. Out to Hawkins on his own. Dippy Domenico a long way from his opponent. Hawkins trying to play on.
Trying to creep over the mark, get a little closer, Pete, I reckon.
Oh, good play.
He's well within kicking distance and directly in front of goal. And the goal here would make the difference 5 points.
Poor defence by Hawthorn on that occasion.
So Footscray not being
Now, if he takes too long to kick this, he'll mess it up. You've got to go back when you're hot.
Well, he's directly in front, let's say that, and only about, 30 metres out. No reason he shouldn't kick it, and he has. The goal umpire doesn't move. So Hawkins puts through his first goal for Footscray. They've kicked the last two now, and once again starting to look pretty good, but Hawthorn still lead by 5 points, 66-61.
That's excellent play there as Hawkins, who reads the game so well, and Brian Royal. It was the defence against Royal in the first place that wasn't good by Hawthorn, and Royal went on and a beautiful pass out to Hawkins.
5 points the difference as we approach the time-on period of the third quarter in the 85 preliminary final. Wallace for Hawthorn can't get clear, and again Hawkins, who plays on the wing but goes in to take the bounce. It will be a bounce though, still inside the square at the 25-minute mark of the term.
Bob, as I said before, it hasn't been the most stylish game in the world, but it's a typical final match. It's been on for young and old right throughout. A lot of pressure put on by both sides.
Yes, a lot of the lack of finesse has been by desperation and good tackling by the opposition side.
Just over the 25-minute mark, 5 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Footscray still within striking distance. A fumble goes on between McLean that time. Couldn't pick it up. Wallace trying to get out of the pack, but the umpire said play on. It's little Loveridge there with persistence. Over it goes to Hardy. Hardy's grabbed. Oh, great play. Brilliant play. He better kick it. He's clear now. A hand pass coming over now to Royal. Royal with another long hand pass over to Edmund. This could be a goal. A long shot it is. And Footscray at the front. Oh, brilliant play on the part of Hardy. He lost it. He got it. And he cleared with a beautiful hand pass. And that is what they call final football, Bob.
And that was manful football by Hardy. He cared not about what was going on. And on replay now, we see Hardy take possession, just burst the tackle and really accelerate. Great pass, another tackle. A lovely hand pass to Royal. A hand pass over the top, and we find the Footscray skipper putting to his second goal, and Footscray in front by 1 point.
26 points, 26 minutes gone, a point the difference. A scramble at centre field. It's young on for young and old as McCarthy drives Hawthorn back into attack. Kennedy couldn't take them on. No, it's Pert, I should say. Fumble that one. Back it goes now. A smother this time by Neil Cordy over to Beard. And Footscray get the ball out wide towards the boundary line. It'll be out. Oh, no, it bounced back. A chance now for Eade to pick it up there on the wing position. A short pass. And a bad one. Marked here now by Purser. Oh, Purser's kick is smothered. A chance now again for Footscray's Russo to pick it up. He's grabbed a quick hand pass. Going through was Cordy. Knocks the ball over to Peart. Out it goes wide. And boy, is this a football game now. It's picked up by DiPiero a minute ago. He went without the ball. He's got a chance to recover. A long hand pass. The judge runs into Kennedy. He loses it. Back it goes again. They're falling over like 9 pins. Out the judge. A chance to step at the goals. Into the goal square it goes. And it's through for 1 point and scores at dead level. 27.5 minutes gone of this third quarter of the 1985 preliminary final.
67 points each. Neil Peart. Peart taking plenty of time. All Footscray players covered across the half back line. Brad Hardy in the pocket telling him where to kick it because I don't think Peart had too many clues, but he finds McLean right on the boundary line. Flings it back to Hawkins. Back to McLean. McLean keeps going because he's shepherded by Wallace. So Footscray take it from full-back up to half-forward, but bad luck for them there because it's out of bounds on the full, and it will be a Hawthorn free kick. Lester Smith. Scores level. So it's going to go right down to the wire, this one in the final term. Ayres. At the back, Brereton in front, McCarthy. Picked up by Kennedy, thought about giving it to Wallace. Bad hand pass. Handley, can he get clear? Great tackle, Steve Wallace. Bandit. Caught. Good tackle by Lester Smith. And it'll go against Foster. And Lester Smith will take the free kick at half-back. Some good tackling by teams of both sides today. Hasn't been a pretty game to watch. Judge chipping in to take the mark. Royal seemed to have his name on that. Judge on right centre wing. Must be pretty close to siren time to end the third quarter. Russo to Kennedy. Oh! That was Brian Cordy has flattened a Hawthorn player behind play. It is Wadley gets up. McCarthy out to the centre wing. Edmund and Ayres. Edmund again. Grab, clear, grabbed again. All that. Oh, I don't know about that, Bob.
Play on for mine. I don't think either player deserves to be penalised.
No, they're both making the ball their objective. Big pack of players. Brereton, almost a screamer. In fact, the umpire has played it, and he comes reeling out.
15 metres it might be.
No.
I don't reckon he held on to it long enough, really.
Let's watch it again. Brereton has the kick, no 15 metres. It's a towering punt kick. It won't be a score. Peart in front, out of bounds. So a boundary throw in. Left forward pocket for Hawthorn. Temper's becoming a little bit frayed, maybe confused. Here's the McCarthy incident here.
Oh, got him.
That one from our spy camera behind as Brereton has a shot at goal. Might put Hawthorn in front because it could be a behind. It is. And so Hawthorn lead by 1 point. Brereton has kicked 1-4. 1-4, 68 plays, 67, 30 and a half minutes gone. Brad Hardy just about the man of the match to bring the ball back.
Quite the difference as the ball goes out there towards that half-back line. Deep here to Domenico, and Hawkins having a great battle. It'll be a free kick to Hawkins. And the crowd going mad here as that free kick is awarded to Hawkins. Only a point the difference. And we're pretty close to three-quarter time. I reckon about a minute to go. Short pass and the ball marked out there by Marlin on the centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. 68 plays, 67 in favour of Hawthorn. 31 minutes gone of this third quarter. The pack fly. No one can take the mark. Picked up by Steve McPherson. Footscray get the ball back there to Foster. Oh, he could have marked that. Tapped it down. Furley's play. This allowed Lester Smith to pick it up. By golly, they're trying to lose this game. They're doing their best, Footscray. Up it goes to Hardy. And as Pete said, the man of the match so far, played a great game. He's had 17 possessions, but the way he's gone about the game. Great mark to Lester Smith.
I think now's the time I'd bring Matthews on, Lou, and really throw the challenge to Matthews of playing on Hardy.
That's the siren to win the third quarter. It's a point the difference. 10 goals, 8-68 Hawthorn to Footscray, 10-7-67.
Final quarter of the 1985 preliminary final at VFL Park. Hawthorn leading by only 1 point. The winner to tackle Essendon in the 85 grand final next Saturday at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Deep here to Domenico gets the hit out from that bounce up towards left half forward for Hawthorn. Matthews in first, shoots out the hand pass to Brereton. Brereton caught. Did he have the ball? Did he drop it? Judging by the crowd reaction, it's a Footscray free kick.
I reckon he was pretty tough on Brereton there.
So Foster takes the free.
Foster now at centre half back. Grunel-Wigan centre half forward.
Kicks into the man on the mark. On centre wing position. Daniels and Eade. Lester Smith grabbed. Did he have the ball? No, says the umpire. Play on. Eade. Langford. Lester Smith. Green. Back to Handley. Handley at the edge of the square. Short pass. Not a good one. Not good disposal. And it's Peart's turn to slip over in the left or right back pocket for Footscray, and it will be a boundary throw in. 1 minute gone in the final quarter. No further addition to the score. It's in Hawthorn's forward pocket. McCarthy, hits it straight down to Matthews. Great ruck play. Touch one behind. Hawthorn by 2 points. Good ruck play, but unfortunately for Hawthorn, Matthews' kick was touched off the boot. And so only 1 point resulting, even though it would have been a goal, wouldn't it?
Certainly would have been.
Kennedy brings the ball back into play to Hardy. Once again showing Matthews his backside. Out to Peart. Hawkins. Steve McPherson on centre wing. Puts Footscray deep into attack. Groenewegen on his own. Puts it high up towards half forward. Beasley, great mark. And well within kicking distance, and he should be able to put Footscray in front, and they will bring the stadium roof down when he kicks it, if in fact it's a goal.
It started right at the other end of the ground, Pete, and there's no excuse whatsoever to allow Hardy to be in position to take that short kick-off.
Just over the 2-minute mark, and Beasley with a chance to kick goal number 3 and to put the Bulldogs in front by 4 points. The strain on Beasley, the full forward for Footscray, as he comes in from this kick about 35 metres out directly in front. Taking plenty of time. There she is on its way. And let's see the result. It's a goal.
Footscray have kicked the last 4 goals in this match.
And Footscray in front, and the Footscray supporters going berserk here. 10 goals, 969 Hawthorn. The Footscray 11 goals, 773. Just on the 3-minute mark of this last quarter of the 1985 preliminary final.
And on replay, we watched the mark again, and we said a couple of weeks ago, Lou, even against Chris Mew, if you allow them to be a 2-out duel, then there's every chance that Beasley will get his share.
Just over the 3-minute mark of the last quarter. Footscray in front by 4 points. Knocked out by Purser. They all missed that one. It comes back here now to Green. A hurried kick over the half-forward line. Coming out to meet it now is Judge. He goes down, taps it over beautifully to Kennedy. Hawthorn bounced back up there towards the full forward position. A great mark down there by McCarthy. McCarthy's got it. He got a chance to put Hawthorn back in front. And the way these two sides have played today, you can't write them off until the final bell here for the 1985 preliminary final. He's only about 5 metres out, but a pretty difficult angle. I should imagine he'll run around. That's what he's doing. Straightens up, fires. A goal, and the Hawks are back in front. That's McCarthy's first. Just on the 4-minute mark of this last quarter, it's 11 goals, 975 Hawthorn. The Footscray 11 goals, 773.
You can't answer them much quicker than that, as McLean gets an awkward bounce. And good play by Judge. Might almost have been construed a throw, but I don't think under pressure you ever penalise pieces of play like that. It was a great piece of play by Judge to set up the goal.
Hawthorn's first goal since the 17-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Hawthorn lead by 2 points. Purser can't get it clear. Royal had it and then lost it. A play on decision from the umpire, I think a good one. Groenewegen, another awkward-looking punt kick. Gary Ayres, fine mark in front of Edmund. It's a play on call. Ayres in trouble. Groenewegen again. Mew, Morris. Free kick going Hawthorn's way.
Penalised the side.
It did indeed. Official attendance this afternoon, 55,246. Chris Mew from full-back. Long kick. One of the longest kicks in the side, and of course he made a bad blue earlier in the game in the 3rd quarter. A short kick resulted in a Footscray goal. Matthews answering the challenge, perhaps, as Bob Skilton suggested at 3-quarter time. The Hawthorn skipper goes for a short pass. Dunstall leads out and cops another one. He's about 40 metres out. Let's watch it again. Ooh. So Dunstall, fair way from goal, but well within kicking distance. He's kicked 2. That looks pretty good. Banana Bender usually accurate at goal, and that one no exception. Dunstall putting through his 3rd. And Hawthorn get 2 quick ones on the board. 12-9-81 to 11-7-73.
It's a lovely pass by Lee Matthews. And as we suggested at 3-quarter time, it was an ideal time to give Matthews the challenge. And so far he's responded. And we watch from the other angle as Dunstall takes that mark.
Just past the 6-minute mark of the final term, 81-73 in favour of Hawthorn. Once again, Footscray out of the centre, down to Royal, knocked away by Gary Ayres, back to centre wing, picked up by Russell Green.
And Hawthorn looking good now as Green gives a hand pass over there to Wallace, goes for a short pass. It'll be a good one. There's Matthews. And Bob Skilton suggested this at three-quarter time. This was the time to bring him on the ground.
But he is doing it the right way, Lou. He's running around and he's playing an attacking game. He's not just standing in the forward pocket and waiting for the ball to come to him.
Well, Alan Jeans must have heard you talking here at three-quarter time. In your summary, Bob, as we see DP Domenico with the ball out there on the forward pocket position, about 40 metres out from goal, just on the 7-minute mark, and the difference 8 points. If he kicks this one, it'll give Hawthorn a good chance of going into the grand final. Doesn't quite get on target, and it's forced through for 1 point. But at least it's in Hawthorn's attacking zone, and they're 9 points in front. 12-82 to 11-7-73. Waiting on Hardy to bring the ball back into play. Umpire calling him back. Goal umpires haven't finished. Going to call him back again for the 3rd time. Let's hope this is lucky. Now he's clear. Short pass, and Hawkins has got the ball down there in the back pocket. I don't think he's any better off than Hardy was. You never understand that short pass into the back pocket.
Not if they've got to go back and have a kick.
Chance for Wallace, who's been a very quiet player today. Fumble that one. Gets a hand pass out, looking there for McPherson, who's gone out of the game completely since the first quarter, and the ball is out of bounds. Of course, Steve McPherson started like nobody's business in that first quarter. He's only had, I think, 4 kicks since that first quarter. 82 plays 73, just on the 8-minute mark of the last quarter. In favour of Hawthorn, they've got a big chance of going into the grand final, and Footscray badly needing a goal here.
Sewell has gone to defence, clear to the forward line.
Let's see what happens. A ball up out there on that half-forward flank in Hawthorn's attacking zone. Knocked out by Langford. He's battled hard all day today. We see Cordy go after the ball. He gets a hand pass back. It's a bad one. He was under plenty of pressure then, and the ball is out of bounds. A little closer to Hawthorn's goal, about 60 metres around from there.
Boundary throw in. Hawthorn's right half forward flank. At the moment, bathed in pleasant spring sunshine here at VFL Park. High tackle going Hawthorn, no, going Footscray's way. Hawkins, the recipient of the free kick. Had an excellent game last week and has been a fine contributor to the Footscray cause this afternoon again. Lester Smith gets it down to Russo. Russo from right centre wing for Hawthorn, goes long. Now he's got 4 down there. None can take it. Good tackle, Brereton. Or fumbled out there by Foster. Ball paddled out to Hardy. The door doesn't get the favourable bounce. McLean tries some shepherding. That wasn't good play though. No one there. Picked up by Dippy Domenico. Short pass. Matthews on the boundary line. Matthews, oh, he's in trouble. Not as fast as he was. Could have had a shot there, Matthews. Thought about looking for somebody in a better position and then got caught out.
I don't think you can be critical when a player gets caught like that, though, because he was looking for a player in a better position. He was right on the boundary line.
McCarthy and Purser. Now he's got another chance. Matthews, he'll have a shot this time, I'm certain. And he's put it through, I think, for a goal. So Matthews very quickly making amends. And the Hawthorn skipper in everything in the final quarter so far. 13-10-88 to 11-7-73.
Well, he's been the match winner, and Bob Skilton did suggest this at three-quarter time. They should bring him on the ground, and he's been in everything since the start of this last quarter, Matthews.
Well, he's really accepted the challenge, Lou, and he's gone right on with the business, and now he would have Brad Hardy thinking, what will I do, rather than the boot being on the other foot.
6 possessions to Matthews in the final term. Hawthorn by 15 points.
15 points the difference over the 10-minute mark. Footscray got to get a goal to be in this game and go in the grand final, but everything's shaping up for Hawthorn at this particular stage of the last quarter. It'll be a ball up at centre field.
Plenty of time left yet, Luke.
Well, there's plenty of time, but I'd like to be in Hawthorn's position. They're playing with a lot more confidence. Matthews has lifted them no end down there at the full forward position or in the forward pocket. Umpires found a free kick. It'll go to Hawkins. He was grabbed too high. See if they can get a goal. He's over the centre line towards their centre half back position, goes out wide, but not making much distance. It's Daniels taking the mark. He's been a pretty quiet player today. Decides to go for a bit of a run. Wallace is after him. Let's see what he does with the kick up there towards Mew and Beasley, but the back well played by Mew. Shepherd and Beasley off to allow Swap to take the mark. Right across goals. It'll be safe. Grabbed by Eade over to Morris. But Hawthorn now playing with a lot of confidence. Morris showing a lot of dash. Goes for a hand pass. It's a good one. Grabbed by Russo. He scoots around Daniels. He's out there at half back. It's a long kick over the half forward line to Matthews and Hardy. Hardy actually pushed Matthews in the back that time, but the umpire will ball it up. out there on that half-forward line for Hawthorn, about 60 metres out from their goal. They're in front by 15 points. 88 plays 73, just over the 11.5-minute mark of this last quarter. Sewell against McCarthy. Knocked out by Sewell, intercepted that time by Burt, and another stack up here, and the umpire will ball it up again. Still about 60 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. Well, there hasn't been many big breaks here today, and this 15 points will certainly be handy for Hawthorn.
It's about the biggest, isn't it, Lou?
Yes, it is. Knocked out again. Picked up by Judge. Has already kicked 3 goals. A long shot looking for Dunstall at the back. He's got the sit. Billy Mark that one. Goes after it again. He's got a chance to get a hand pass back to Matthews. Coming here to pick it up. It's Kennedy. A stab at goal. Oh, and Hardy grabs it right on the line. Has Hardy got his hands full now, putting up with Matthews. Matthews going in after him.
Point. It's a point.
It's a point, is it?
He must have played on, did he?
He might have played on, and the umpire's allowed.
Touched off the boot.
Touched off the boot. No 10 yards it may have been. Waiting now, it's 16 points, 89 plays, 73, still in favour of Hawthorn. Over the 12.5-minute mark of this last quarter. Oh, there's a good mark now to DP Domenico. They're all starting to come into the game now, Hawthorn.
Academy Award.
Well, I think he's a bit of an actor.
Birdie looking for a 50.
I don't think you'd call him a dramatic actor. He'd be more on the light comedy style, wouldn't he?
Even though Hawkins has been a fine player, DP Domenico has not let Hawthorn down. He's tackling. He's in there putting pressure on all of the time.
Waiting on DP Domenico. That's a long kick towards the goals, into the goal square. The players set themselves. It's pushed through. No, it's not pushed through now. It is forced through for 1 point, and the difference 17 points, and the game gradually falling into Hawthorn's hands.
And Brad Hardy having plenty of kicking practice here in the last few minutes. This time he's going to favour the member stand side. He's looking for Malin. He's got him. Malin looking for a 15-metre penalty, but decides to play on straight away. That might have been touched off the boot. We'll wait and see. McPherson couldn't take the grab anyway. Wallace looks for a hand pass. Dispossessed quickly. Daniels gets his kick in short. Lester Smith down to Ayres. No, not there. Handley off the ground. A little bit of luck going Hawthorn's way there as it goes out to Wallace. At the back, Dunstall. Knocked down by Shaw. Matthews again. Position number 7 in the final quarter is another goal.
He's killed on Matthews.
2 goals to Matthews in this final term. 14-12, 96 to 11-7, 73.
Lethal Lee has slaughtered him in this last quarter. The oldest man on the ground, and what a game he's played, Bob.
Well, he's had a rest, and when you say to a player like Matthews, sit on the bench and you throw him back on the ground, you've got not just a player with a little bit more life in his legs, but a player with devil in his heart.
2 goals to Matthews. As I mentioned, both of them kicked in this final term. Hawthorn by 23 points. Knocked down by Langford. No one getting it out of the centre. The scrimmage developing there, and the umpire has found a free kick. It's going Footscray's way to be taken by Steve Wallace. Wallace short of the centre circle. Up to half forward. Schwab and Bandlet. Bandlet got to it first. Puts it down towards the centre half forward position. Lester Smith racing forward for Hawthorn. Taps the ball further forward for Footscray. Morris will try and get the ball close to, or in fact over the boundary line. He does that successfully, and it will be a boundary throw in Footscray's right forward pocket.
Bob, I don't think there's a better saying that applies to Lee Matthews. Once a champ, always a champ, isn't it?
I concur completely with that, Luke.
Ball back into play again. Beasley goes the punch. It's okay to Redmond. A snap at goal, but a shocking kick. Very lackadaisical as he bounces on Mew. A chance for McLean. He was actually grabbed by the leg. And I think the umpire will play the free kick. So Footscray, oh, he's gone for a short pass. What's he done with it? And Bahajar's got it on a better angle. Only about 15 to 20 metres out from goal. Footscray are trailing by 23 points.
17 when he kicks this.
And, of course, we're just on the 16-minute mark of this last quarter of the preliminary final for 1985. Now, if they're going to have a chance, he's got to kick this goal, the little budgie. There's the kick on its way. And that's a goal. So Footscray haven't given up hope yet. The score is Hawthorn 14-12, 96 to Footscray 12 goals, 7-79.
Yes, and Tony Bahajar quite happy. As been fairly quiet today, spent most of the day on the interchange bench. And Chris Mew, another player to slip at the vital moment and to really cause that goal.
16 and a half minutes gone of the last quarter. 17 points the diff. The chance for Footscray to go deep into attack. Kick down by Purser. Chance for Edmund. He goes at a mark. Yes, he's paying it. He quickly plays on, looking down there for Beasley. It's falling short. It bounces the wrong way for the Footscray forward. Picked up by Daniels. He's grabbed. He goes after it again. It'll be a free kick. And he's well within kicking distance. He'd be about 35 metres out, and he's yet to score a goal.
Very poor tackle, that.
17 points the difference. And if he kicks this, we've got another ball game on our hands. We've had it like this all day. Let's see what Daniels can do with this one. Oh, is it coming around? It won't reach the distance. Oh, there we might see a free kick and infringement there to Beasley. He copped one as he went for the mark. Out it comes again to Daniels. Now he's got another chance. So opportunity knocks twice.
Bad defence there by Hawthorn. Bob, wouldn't it have been better to rush it through for a behind?
Well, it's probably easy to say that afterwards, Pete, but I think he maybe should have just run on a bit further.
There's the kick. That's 1 point. So it's 16 points at the 17.5-minute mark. 96 plays 80 in favour of Hawthorn at the last quarter. So there's still plenty of time for Footscray to win this match if they're good enough.
Hawthorn looking a little tired at the moment, Lou.
Ball kicked out now to Lester Smith, left unattended that time. A hand pass coming over to Swabbart. Bounces okay. Gets a hurried kick. It's not a good one. Back to Brereton and Foster. They both miss it. Down goes Judge. Gets a hand pass to Wallace. He was grabbed around the neck just about. It'll be holding the man the second time. So Wallace has got it's holding the ball against him. Well, that surprised me. A short pass and the ball marked here now by Royal out there at half forward. So Footscray haven't given up yet. Short pass. And once again, we see the ball marked here by Kennedy. Not wasting any time. Looking for Beasley. And Mew having a great battle down there. Neither can take the mark. Going into an open goal is Purser. Oh, golly, it's only 10 points. But in the West not got Footscray in the game here. 10.5 minutes gone. 14-12. 96 Hawthorn. For Footscray coming back from the depths of despair. 13-8-86.
Maylan coming off. Cordy on, Loveridge on, Russo off. Is on replay. We see the wrestle between full back and full forward. Purser, the big ruckman, playing on down the ground, putting it through for full points.
19 minutes gone in the final term. Footscray coming right on with the business now. Bob Skilton said they were tired. Hawthorn, are they? If they are, Footscray will win. Langford to Dippia to Medico. Kick only travels about 5 metres out towards centre wing. Loveridge back on. He's fresh. Or fresher, perhaps, down towards left half forward. Plenty of Footscray players are there. Brian Cordy and Matthews out of bounds, I think. Barney decides to play on, but it is out of bounds, so bad luck for Hawthorn.
Hardy's been taken off Matthews. Brian Cordy has the job.
And Matthews perhaps suggesting that the boundary umpire was too far behind play to see it.
I think it was out though, Pete.
Yes, I agree with you, Bob. McCarthy and Purser knocked down to Sewell. Eade and Neil Cordy. Loveridge. Free kick going Foster's way. Plays on. Footscray finishing plenty of running at the moment. Big Gronawegan is there, knocked away by Lester Smith and Bambit actually. No talking there by Footscray. In goes Gronawegan again. Ball paddled out to Royal. Fresh air shot. Kennedy tackled well by Neil Cordy. Umpire Glenn James decides it's a stalemate and it will be a bounce on centre wing.
About 9 minutes to go, Pete, and I reckon Footscray are looking a little bit fresher at the moment, Bob, but I wouldn't like to say they're going to win it.
Well, 9 minutes, you can probably score about 5 or 6 goals, so plenty of chances still there for both sides to sew it up, and plenty of fumbling. The ball bouncing awkwardly for both teams. It's picked up by Wallace for Hawthorn. He's looking for Dippia Domenico, couldn't find him. Oops-a-daisy. Hardy tackled well. Out comes Matthews. Good handball. Kennedy, no one to give it to. Now goes long. Up to Eade. Shepherded well by Wallace. In towards the goal square. Kennedy and Dunstall!
Yes, well, I might be wrong, but I don't think that Kennedy tried to punch the ball away there.
No,
I think
he did not.
I think he went for the mark more than anything. And on replay now, we watch closely as Kennedy was... I think trying to judge it to take the mark and didn't try and punch the ball away.
He's kicked 3 goals, Jason Dunstall. If he kicks this one, it'll be the most important one he's put through for the day. He's got it, I think. I'll have to wait in the goal umpire, though. It's a goal. And Dunstall putting through his fourth goal for Hawthorn. Hawthorn 15-12, 102. Footscray 13-8, 86.
Once again, Matthews instrumental in that goal, Bob.
Yes, Lou, and you still have to admire the way that Footscray have kept at it and at it and at it, and there's been no lack of endeavour. In fact, if anything, it's been their endeavour that's got them into a little bit of bother, because they've tried to get the ball down too quickly at times rather than having a look and putting it to a player in the right position.
16 points in favour of Hawthorn as we approach the 22-minute mark of the last quarter. At the bounce, it's Langford and Purser. Picked up by Daniels. Daniels' kick is down to the half-forward line. Schwab racing forward for Hawthorn, but his teammate Morris beats him to it. Morris's kick is back to the centre wing position. Loose ball, it's up for grabs. Who's going to get it? Cordy, tackled well by Eade. It's out of bounds, and a boundary throw-in will be the end result, adjacent to the interchange area.
Just over the 22.5-minute mark of this last quarter. 16 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Time running out for the Bulldogs. Well, they both missed that, Langford and Purser. The ball kicked wild out towards the boundary line, up towards Hawthorn's half-forward line by Loveridge. And, of course, the ball out of bounds. It's about 65 metres around from the Hawthorn goal. And there's no doubt, as Bob Skilton suggested, at three-quarter time, Matthews should come on the ground. He has, and he's made the difference to Hawthorn. He's played a marvellous last quarter. The ball picked up that time by Hardy. Back it goes now towards Neil Cordy, but he couldn't scoop it up in time. That's out of bounds. Still on that half-forward line for Hawthorn, and that's what they want. It'll suit them fine as time is running out on the 23-minute mark of this last quarter. So I reckon it's about 7 minutes to go at the most. Bit of fumbling going on by both sides. And the umpire will ball it up. But this is where Hawthorn wanted, down there in their attacking zone. Footscray supporters pretty quiet now. It'll be Langford and Purser. Comes down to Hawkins. Good play as he gets out of the pack, but the hand pass wasn't too good. Down goes McCarthy. They soon pounce on him. But there's no progress made
free
there
kick
by
to Hawkins.
Oh, he found a free kick. He might have copped it a bit high. There's a hand pass coming out to Kennedy. A long kick over the centre of the ground. Schwab and Bambutt go for that one. Neither take the mark. It's Bambutt spinning out of the pack beautifully. He's gone for a pass, but well intercepted that time by Russo. The ball back to McCarthy. It's too long. Coming out to meet it now. Oh, Cyril went the wrong way. Dunstall with a hand pass back to Kennedy. A snap at goal. This could be the clincher. Now it's through for 1 point. So it's 17 points the difference. And we're just over the 24-minute mark of this last quarter. 15-13, 103 Hawthorn to Footscray. 13-8, 86. Waiting now for the ball to come back into play. Hawkins having a battle out there. Is that a mark? No, the umpire called play on. Picked up by McPherson. A hand pass over to Kennedy. Brian Cordy. The ball dropped short, and coming into smother at that time was Schwab. Out with the ball is Bambutt. A hand pass over to Daniels out there at half forward. He's got no one to give it to now. He's found McLean. McLean with a long hand pass, a shocker, but picked up now by Bahajar. Over it goes. A snap at goal by Neil Cordy, but he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So it's 16 points the difference. We approach the 25-minute mark. 103 plays, 87 in favour of the Hawks.
2 goals for in favour of Hawthorn. Chris Mew. He's got his hands full with Simon Beasley this afternoon. Towering punt kick. He's a bit nervous about going for the short ones. And look at that. He's just about put it up to the centre circle. So that probably answers all questions in that regard. Little McLean, I think it was, got steamrolled. No free kick, though. And it will be bounce almost next to the centre circle.
Time on to play, Pete.
So about 5 minutes to go in this match. Footscray need 3 goals to win it. Loveridge on right centre wing. Gets clear of Big Purser. On to McCarthy, who hasn't done a bad job since he came on. Up the full forward. Dunstall. Oh, great mark. He's got a good pair of hands, this fellow, Bob, hasn't he?
Yes, he's done everything that's been asked of him. And Kennedy, there's a loose play by Hawthorn, by Footscray, I should say. There were 2 players, Kennedy and Judge, both in the square on their own. And I think every Footscray defender thought that Dunstall was going to go back and have the shot at goal, and they completely forgot about that short man dropping in there.
Well, 2 men, as you mentioned, Bob. Judge has kicked 3 goals since he came on, I think at quarter time from memory. He would have to fall over to miss it. He hasn't, and that's the ball game. Judge has kicked 4 goals. Hawthorn 16-13, 109. Footscray 13-9, 87. It would be expecting a lot, I think, for Footscray to get up from here. We'll watch that play again. Dunstall's strong mark. And again has done the job up at full forward. And of course,
when you talk about first-year players, I think under the jurisdiction, the way they look at it, because he played in Queensland, he's considered a senior player. But it's been a great effort by Jason Dunstall to come from Brisbane and settle in as he has in his first season.
Certainly has, Bob.
27 minutes have gone in the final quarter. 22 points the difference now. Line ball, the knockout. Ball booted out of the pack towards Royal. Royal, left half forward flank for Footscray, still showing plenty of running. He's gone for a pass. Schwab intercepting for Hawthorn. McCarthy gets it back to him. A hurried hand pass goes over to Ayres and Hawthorn get clear.
And Hawthorn look as though they'll go into the grand final for 1985 as Hawkins knocks the ball out of bounds. And he's played a fine game here today, Bob.
He certainly has, Lou. He's been an excellent player from start to finish, and over the 3 games that the Footscray have played, Doug Hawkins has really shown that touch of class. 27.5
minutes gone, about 2.5 minutes to go before Hawthorn, as I said before, will go into the grand final. Picked up here now by Lester Smith. A long kick over their half forward up towards the forward pocket, but it'll beat the pack and it's out of bounds. So it's out of bounds down there in the forward pocket position for Hawthorn, and the free kick to go to Brett Hardy. And of course, no doubt the winning move for Hawthorn was the mere fact that Alan Jeans brought Matthews on, and he's been a real match winner in this last quarter. As I said before, once a champ, always a champ. It's Bahajar taking that ball at half-back, driving it back towards the wing position, but they're grabbing marks from everywhere now, Hawthorn. They really got their pecker up, and a mark degree. A hand pass coming over to Russo. A long kick over the half-forward line. Matthews again. He dropped that one, but he tapped it on. But he's done his job here today. There's no doubt about that. At the back is McLean to take the mark. If there was interference that time to Langford, and he'll take the mark out there on the centre wing position. Just over the 28.5 minute, I reckon about a minute to go. And a short pass, and Lester Smith's got it. So this is going through the motions now, Hawthorn, knowing very well they'll be in the 1985 grand final to play Essendon. But I reckon Footscray certainly buttered them up for the Bombers next week. It's been a real tough match here today.
Be a few bruises, weren't there?
Picked up by Cordy. A hand pass coming over now to Daniels. Footscray still having a go. They haven't thrown the sponge in as the ball goes over their half-forward line. Schwab having a great battle there with Bandit. Finally picked up by Bandit. Doesn't know where to go now. He's clear. Goes for a pass, looking for Beasley. Bounces the wrong way. That's how his luck's going now. It's picked up by New. And Hawthorn take the ball away from the danger zone once again. It beats Hawkins. And this is given a chance here from McLean. A hand pass back to Hawkins again. Finally picked up that time by Groenewegen. A shot at goal, but he's off target. Or is it a goal? It's a goal. But it's too late, I'm afraid. Just on the 30-minute mark of this quarter. 16-13, 109 Hawthorn. To Footscray, 14-9, 93.
And so I'd say there's 36 very tired players out there at the moment as Hawkins gets a bad bounce. McLean picks it up well. A long hand pass, and Hawkins leaving it for Groenewegen, who had time to steady and to finish it off with a nice goal.
Groenewegen's first goal coming up at the 29-minute mark. 29.5-minute mark, just on 30 minutes on that. Now Neil Cordy showing a good turn of speed. Up to half-forward. Morris and Ayres go to spoil for Hawthorn. Lester Smith taps the ball to ground, but it's picked up by Bandit. Shoots it out to McLean. Footscray not done yet. Here's Royal. He'll put this one through as well. He fires, shoots, and that's another one to Footscray. So 2 quick goals, but it's probably too late. 30.5 minutes gone. Only 10 points in it now.
You've got to give them credit.
I tell you what.
They're hanging in there all the way and making the most of the mistakes that are made. McLean in the thick of things again, getting it out to Royal. And as we've said a few times, there's no disgrace to Footscray today. It's one thing to be thrashed as they were the other week, but today they've really hit back and shown that they will be a force to contend with next year.
Well, they're still not done this year, Bob. 31 minutes gone. Out of the centre circle, who's going to get it? Down to Loveridge, there's the siren. A great fight back by Footscray to get to within 10 points, but Hawthorn will be through to the 1985 Grand Final against Essendon. The third year in succession that these two clubs will have fought out the VFL Cup. Hawthorn 16-13, 109 as Alan Daniels limps off. Footscray 15-9, 99.
Couldn't take it away from Hawthorn. They led by 8 points at trailed by 8 points at quarter time, led by 4 at half time, 1 point at three-quarter time, and stretched it to a 10-point margin at the finish. But Footscray, to their credit, at no stage did they give the game away. They kept battling away, and they didn't do it with any great skill or anything like that. It was more sheer persistence that enabled them to get back into the game.